if I do.
Covino and Rich. Are you ready?
Honestly, how do I deal with you every day?
Get ready.
You heard all about it on the radio.
Get ready.
Whoa! Yeah!
Holy mother nugget! And holy mother meatball! Can't stop the hustle.
I'm the smartest man alive! You're so ridiculous. What? You're such a fool. Get out of here.
Oh, I'm a disc jockey.
What's a disc jockey?
Turn it up. Here we go. Covino and Rich.
Let's go!
Hey, good morning. Oh, shot out of a butt cannon, as always. That's Rich Davis. Straight from the butt of the cannon. Woo! It's Covino and Rich, good morning. Sorry we're a little late today.
Guten Morgen.
But we're early if you're planning on summer hours.
Yeah.
Lots of traffic in LA.
That's
Lots
the
of
worst.
LA traffic.
That's the worst.
No, it really is the worst. Worst traffic day ever. Sports, entertainment, life. Hope you had American League sort of Tuesday night. We be rocking out. Let's go, All Stars. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Spotty, hit me up with my headphones. And that's code for we can't see ourselves on the screen.
I know, I have no idea what
there we go.
Oh,
I look good today. All right, cool.
Hey, nice and red. Welcome to the show.
Oh, you did what I did. I didn't even look at you until I looked in the camera.
What does that
We have a
mean?
lunch after this, so you're like, well, maybe not a T-shirt. I'll wear like a T-shirt with a button. It's a little more fancy.
Yeah, we got a meeting, so got to rock the Henley.
Yeah.
The short sleeve Henley.
Look at that.
Can't just wear a graphic tee for a meeting.
Good thing I didn't bring a Henley.
Yeah, Don Henley style. So, again, hope you had a great Tuesday night. American League All-Star sort of Tuesday with the big win last night.
You know,
one of the most fun games I've seen in a long-ass time.
Fun games? It was 3-2.
Did you not appreciate the whole mic'd up options?
Oh, you know,
and
I
the
didn't, you know, you're right.
cam and everything
You're right.
else?
From that
shit
perspective.
was bomb.com.
From that perspective.
I mean, it was a close game. So if it came down to a tie, it would have been a home run derby, which could have been even more awesome. But I thought it was fun just from the broadcasting aspect of it and the Giancarlo Stanton aspect of it. Hope you had a Giancarlo.
Oh, you know what? That is true.
Parlo.
when one of your guys is the dude, it does make it awesome, right?
Yeah, you rooting for your guys in that game. It's a big stage. So I got something to tell you about Paul Rudd.
Oh.
We have a friend in need about trifling girlfriends. Not really a friend in need.
Trifling?
So what would you do based on a social media video?
is good.
Yeah, trifling girlfriends and their expectations of you as a man. And rando news and more. Covino and Rich, happy to be here on this hump day.
I think you and I have a very similar, while we are very different, I think we have a very similar lunch, casual, summer meeting wardrobe. If you're going to meet someone for a lunch and you're not a businessman,
What you got on under there?
but you don't want to look like,
I don't know what that means.
Under the desk. What are you wearing?
Like, I don't know, long johns?
oh, you got jeans on. Okay.
Jeans.
All right. I'm going to rock
gonna
this
be-
with
what's
some,
it gonna be today?
some
I wear
shorts.
shorts.
and some-
I'm meeting professional people. Looking like a fucking doofus.
No.
Oh, not you, Spot. I'm not really.
Guess who's wearing shorts?
I'm
Guess
not
who's looking like a
judging you,
doofus?
I wonder
you
if
know.
you'll be the only guy. I think the old guy will wear shorts. The older
Well,
boss.
if
Bosses
they're-
don't wear shorts to meetings.
If they're working in an office, it's different because they're working in an office.
Yeah.
Um,
It's summertime.
but it's
You're
gonna
meeting a
be
guy that could
95.
make or break your career. You don't come in there like you're, Tommy Bahama.
Well, guess what I won't wear?
Have you,
Flip-flops.
have you seen my legs?
You're an exception, Spot.
Flip-flop. I won't wear flip-flops. I'll tell you that. I'll step it up to that level. So
You don't come in like freaking Panama Jack.
I'd say like a little a button, a short sleeve Henley with shorts and like a low top pair of
We're not
Nikes
having
or
lunch with
something.
Jimmy Buffett. We're having lunch with an actual.
I'm not wearing board shorts. And
No,
a
I
tank
get
top.
it. I know. I'm not rolling in like Spicoli. Like, what's up? My board shorts and summer surfing outfit.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing my Quicksilver to the meeting. My Billabong on a way back Wednesday.
Billabong.
You gotta wear something. But
You're not wearing your Aeropostale cargo pants, cargo
Yeah,
shorts.
but I like my short sleeve Henleys regardless. But it's better than like a random graphic tee. You know what's funny though is your mind is so consistent with things like that. I think I almost wore the same shirt I wore the last time we had a meeting. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Because in your mind, that's like it was a easy go-to.
Yeah, because well, you know, it's a sports related sort of meeting, kind of, sort of, right? So I was like, oh, this would be a cool look. I like wearing black and has a boxing glove on it. I'm like, no, but I think I wore that last time. Yeah,
How you thinking?
I want to subliminally remind that guy that I'm into fighting and sports, and no, but I think I did that last time because I'm consistent with my train of thought. So I switched it up with some red, but got to dress appropriate for the occasion.
I agree.
I don't think you go too casual.
Shorts are appropriate. It's summer in Los Angeles. But I think like a graphic T-shirt might have been a little too much. Like if I was wearing like a Enrico Palazzo throwback shirt.
I mean, you're coming from work, so you have an excuse, right?
Well, from
No one's
home,
really
so I
going to
could-
judge you. Yeah. But we do have a meeting right after this show today, and you never know what could happen from these meetings. Could be a life-changing event, right? You never know who you can meet along the way.
Could just be a free lunch.
You never know when your destiny will change.
It's always
Could be
interesting.
just a free lunch, and that's cool too.
You know what? I mean, it's a great negative thinking spot.
When Rich and I
But
were
it's
single,
just-
I used to say to him, what if, because we're at this random meeting or this random place. Let's say we're at a random event.
yeah.
I'd say, Rich, who's to say you don't meet the love of your life, the girl of your dreams right now tonight? What would you do?
You say that
Could
to me.
change your-
You've
could
said
change
that.
your life.
You said that to me 18 years ago, and I think you said it even while we were both married. Because
would
you're
you
like, you
do?
never know who you're going to meet,
You never
what you're going to
know
bump into. What if?
What's going to happen? What if you just, a waitress came up to you and she's like, and
Would you
were
like another side?
Soulmates.
Would you like another?
Dreamweaver.
Yeah, no, exactly. Would you like another side of barbecue sauce? And you're like, but like,
The point is, you never know.
Yeah.
So today we could go there and have a free lunch. Today we can go there and we're the next big thing on Fox Sports. Who knows?
yeah. And then sometimes you have meetings with people, and this doesn't go just for us. This could be anyone. You have a meeting with someone that works in your industry, and they're like, "Hey, let's catch up. Got to meet with you next week. You around?" You're right. It could be a simple, "I'm in town and I like you, so let's get a burger," or it could be, "I'm in town. I left the company I used to know you at, and now I'm at some new place, and I want to give you a lot of money." Like, you don't know what it's gonna be.
Never know.
Ketchup.
Yeah.
Also the color of Covino's shirt today.
Ketchup. Yeah.
It's more like a candy apple red.
Should I wear a yellow shirt and see if anyone is like?
And I'll wear a green shirt.
You could be our relish.
I'll be your relish.
Nice.
But no,
I should have worn brown pants.
know-
Mustard relish.
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, you go to you go to a meeting, and again, it's not just about Covino and Rich, but you're right. You could go to a meeting.
Could change your stars,
Say,
or it could be a free sandwich.
You could have worked with Tompkins 10 years ago at I don't know, Apple, and you're like, "Oh, Tompkins was a nice guy." He hits you up. I'm in town. Let's grab lunch on Wednesday. And you're like, "Oh, okay." Tompkins could just be like, I used to like working with you. Free lunch, like you said. Or it could be, yeah, I left Apple. I'm at Samsung now, and I got a big gig for you. It's one of those weird, you never knows.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the more I think about it, I don't think you should wear shorts to the meeting. I really don't.
I am.
You dress for the part you want. You don't fucking go there like
When-
It's
you're,
Southern
you're
California.
summertime
When
rich.
we say shorts, we're not wearing cargo shorts, Preston.
I'm not wearing my and one huge basketball
yeah,
shorts.
we're not wearing some HBSs.
like,
I get
like
it, but
fitted
you're also
shorts.
meeting a high-profile executive that takes a lot of pride in how he looks. The guy looks like he just stepped out of a salon. You're gonna walk like you just stepped out of what, the beach?
I mean, have you seen Rich's hair?
Have you seen what other hosts on Fox, ESPN, or anyone look like?
So why do you want to stoop to that?
People probably show up in meetings in
Be better
fucking
than that.
basketball jerseys and shorts.
it's true.
Well,
True.
I'm excited about it. The point is, you never know when it's the day. You never know when it's the day that you walk into a Subway and some guy starts a crazy fight with you. You never know if it's the day you walk into a place and it's a Dreamweaver sort of moment.
Yeah,
you never know when it's the day that you're gonna
bro, you
sit
never
there
know.
for a meeting and they're like, you know what, guys, today's the day, and we want you to sign right here. You're like,
It's really crazy you say that.
really?
Because again, not
the
to
way-
put the reason this is on our minds is because we have two meetings today.
Never sign anything without a lawyer looking at it first.
No, of course
One,
not. But I'm saying, like, the offers, like, they push it, they slide it to the table. You look at it, and you're like, you see all these zeros. You're like, oh, Today's the day.
No,
But you always pass it back first.
It's
You gotta
interesting.
negotiate.
It's interesting because you never know. You're right. The day you
The day you die. Sometimes you just don't even know.
No one knows. Most people don't know.
I mean, some people know it's coming.
Yeah, some people do. But the reality is, you wake up, you didn't know, hey, today's the day I'm going to meet my wife. Hey, today's the day you didn't know today was the day I'm going to like impregnate my wife and have a baby. You don't know today's the day. When we signed our contract at any job, I remember going to ESPN for a meeting, just think it was another meeting. And that was the day they pulled us in a conference room and they slid across a contract, like you said. And we were like, oh.
It was a good day.
Oh.
But
So-
then again, I remember getting a phone call and I never thought it'd be the day where they're like, hey, sorry to let you know that we're not picking up your show next season. You're like,
Yeah, that's it. That's a day.
I didn't know this is the day.
No, every day you get that. Sadly, we've all gotten that phone call once where it's like, hello. Oh, grandma died?
Yeah, the weekend.
Yeah, you never know what your day will bring.
So today we might have a sandwich,
Or we might have a conversation about something huge in the works.
which is unlikely, I think.
I don't know.
But you never know.
Hey, what do you know?
So that's
What do you
why
know?
I'm wearing a Henley, even though like I keep these in rotation during the summer regardless. But Juan Henley, yes, Juan Henley. Thank you. Nathan, what's up? Kyle, what's up? Bill, what's up? Appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the game last night.
But you know what? At a lunch or a dinner,
Yeah.
your legs are under the table. So shirt is primarily what people are going to see. Unless you're walking out.
That's true. The All-Star game was last night. The stats are pretty wild. I'm not here to bore you with sports. We did plenty of that last night. We actually called a lot of the play-by-play and had some fun conversation last night in for The Odd Couple on Fox Sports Radio. So if you missed our show last night, foxsportsradio.com. We talked about Juan Soto. We talked about Derek Jeter. We talked about the All-Star game. We talked about...
It was a lot of fun last night. Last night was a really good one.
Yeah, it was a really fun one. We had the whole Odd Couple team. Just a fun show. Great vibe at Fox Sports Radio. But the All-Star game, my takeaways are this. The stats are in. The American League has won 21 of the last 25 games. That's a lot.
I think it's more coincidence.
9 in a row.
than talent because they're not blowouts. It just, you know how like you go to a
And it's fun. And it's
casino.
an exhibition
That's a
and all
blowout.
that.
You know how you go to a casino and we went to that casino one time, last time when we were in Vegas, and we saw a table where there was like 8 reds in a row, and we said, all right, bet black. And then another red came up and another. Sometimes just pure coincidence because they're not that much more stacked than like an all-star game. They're always pretty close for the most part. So yeah, American League. I wonder what the odds were that they would win again.
You know who always
9
bets
in a
on
row.
red?
Who?
Steve Covino.
You know, bets
Red.
on black. Wesley Snipes.
This is Snipes. But Steve Covino always bets on red.
So 9 in a row for the AL. Coincidence, like Rich said,
I think
or
so.
is the AL more of a powerful league? You used to think that because of the DH. Both leagues have
But
the
now-
DH right now. But 21 of the last 25, the AL wins 3-2 over the NL. And it's not the first time you've seen players mic'd up.
Or my last.
Or your last. But it's the first time you saw them mic'd up, I think, in this way. They were communicating with each other.
People sort of loved it.
The announcers were asking questions and talking to the players live while they were pitching and catching and batting. And it made me nervous for the guys that I root for. For the other dudes, I didn't care as much. But for the guys you're pulling for, especially first-time All-Stars on a huge stage, you have to imagine that's a big moment for these dudes. And then to double on the pressure of having to answer questions to the announcers and create good television, to me is nerve-wracking as hell. So, for example, Nasty Nestor Cortez and Jose Trevino are the AL battery, pitcher and catcher. And the announcers are like, so, Nasty Nestor, what's the next pitch? Oh, I'm probably just going to throw a high inside fastball, and here it comes right now.
You know, brush them up the plate a little.
And again, not only do they have to perform on a giant stage for their first time, there has to be nerves and excitement there, but now they have to provide like fun entertainment and television and great answers for this dude.
But what you're realizing
That to me is nerve wracking as a fan.
yeah. And you know what?
You're not in control as a fan.
Our buddy and super agent Sean Wyman, I think he shut down your thought real quick because he goes, they're pros and it's an exhibition. You get very amazed.
That doesn't make me not
No, but you
nervous.
like to
when you're
push-
on the mound, you're in control.
You like to
When you're watching, you're just a spectator rooting for these guys.
you like to project your what would be anxiety on others. Like you always say, like anytime there's a sad event in a town, you're like, can you believe the police commissioner got up there with such poise?
That's
Yeah.
called composure.
He's
should
got
recognize
composure.
that.
This guy, Nasty Nestor, Cy Young candidate, pitcher on the Yankees. You don't think he could small talk in between pitches?
He's a very charismatic guy,
I mean,
but
come
you're
on.
asking dudes on a very big stage when they're supposed to be at their utmost focused to also be distracted by answering questions from some bozo in the booth.
Yeah, but it's
you're
it's
asking these guys to do a lot, and
Yeah,
they did it,
bud,
and it was
come on.
intense. It was nerve wracking. It was fun, and I completely disagree with Super Agent Sean Wyman. I really do.
It's
a
they're
very
playing-
high
they're playing
pressure
loose.
focused moment. Nobody, I don't care what Sean or what you or anyone else thinks. Nobody under the sun wants to be
Nobody.
big timed and upstaged and embarrassed at the All-Star game. And if they're not focused in on these monsters at the plate because they're chatting it up with the guy in the booth, you know, I could see that being an issue for some people.
Yeah.
And
Well-
I bet you not everyone's as willing as a Nasty
I
Nestor
get
and
it.
some of these other
You
dudes
see,
to do that.
I saw something where it's like
I'm not sure your boy Max Scherzer would be up for that.
some people don't have the personality for it, but I think in an All-Star game where it doesn't matter. I know-
Nobody wants to be showed up.
Yeah, but the All-Star game has no ramifications. It used to be for a minute, winning team got home field in the World Series. Now that it means nothing again, I do feel like they're playing loose. They're having fun. They're goofing around. Like they want to win because you want to win, right? You want to win an exhibition game. People want to win fucking
You
Sunday
think that
softball.
dude with
so-
the mullet wanted to give up back-to-back home runs
No.
in front of all his friends and family
No.
on the biggest stage?
But you know what? I don't think
the All-Star
he's.
game?
I don't think he's losing sleep over it though. I bet you he cares
not
way.
stoked about it.
But I bet you
Who
he
was it
rather.
again?
All right, Gosling.
Oh, am I drawing a blank?
Gosling.
I'm drawing a blank on who it was.
Hold on.
But it's a big
Is it
deal,
Gosselin? Did he do the-
especially for first-timers. You heard Jose Trevino. Jose Trevino, who came from Texas to the Yankees, was mic'd up, and he's like, I can't believe I'm an all-star. This is like,
Yeah.
It was awesome to see, but as a fan, it made me nervous. As a fan of them.
I'm not saying
Everyone
it,
else
I'm
I
not
didn't care
saying
about.
it doesn't matter to them. Yes,
Tony
it was
Gosselin.
Gosselin. I'm not saying it doesn't matter to them, but if you ask Gosselin, hey Gosselin, do you rather give up a couple home runs in the All-Star game or a regular start? He would say, in the All-Star game, it doesn't matter. He'd rather do it there than his. Let's say if you said Gosselin, do you want
And
to
how
get?
does the opposite apply? If what you say is true,
Yeah.
why did Giancarlo Stanton invite 50 people to the game last night?
Because it's
And
Atlanta
why did
or
that home run
Gonsolin?
mean so much to
Gonsolin,
him? Because it's at the All-Star game,
Gonsolin,
and he won the MVP, and he got the trophy.
Gonsolin.
So
right,
if
well-
the opposite doesn't apply, then that home run shouldn't matter as much.
Gonsolin.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't count in his career stats. So yeah, I guess it doesn't
I
matter
guess
as
it
much.
doesn't, but it's a culmination
It's
of
a
your
cool, no,
accomplishments.
but it's a cool thing that he could put on his resume one day, like Giancarlo Stanton, the 10-time All-Star Game MVP. It's a bragging right. But if you asked Pete Alonso, what do you rather do? Hit a game-winning RBI versus the fucking Pirates in July, or hit a home run in the All-Star game? He would say, I'd rather hit a game-winning RBI versus the Pirates. It matters. It's a real game.
I don't know about that. I really don't.
Well, that would be
It's a
very selfish to say your
yeah,
answer.
and you think personal accolades don't matter. That's all fucking hogwash and poppycock.
One more sports note before we get to non-sports stuff. The All-Star game has been dominated by the AL. You know the
Yeah.
World Series? I just looked at because I was curious. 10 of the last 15 National League won the World Series. So as a whole, perhaps the competition's a little more in the AL, but the NL seems to come out on top with the World Series.
Get on top.
Braves,
So,
3 in a row too. Braves,
Feels
Dodgers, Nationals,
Feels good on the whole.
Red
was a
Sox,
Chili Peppers
Red Sox and Astros, couple AL teams, Cubbies, Giants. So
telling you guys, it was amazing broadcasting yesterday. Even though it made
Fox
me
Sports
nervous. On Fox Sports Radio, on
That was pretty amazing broadcasting.
what network was that on? I don't even know because I
What?
just watched it on my app. Was it ABC last night?
what, the All-Star
The
game?
All-Star game.
Fox?
It was Fox? Oh, yeah, it was on Fox. There you go. Perfect. I wasn't even watching. I was watching on the app.
What?
So,
Who?
no, because when you watch it on the app,
It doesn't really count. Yeah,
no, it's the MLB logo, and I should have known in the graphic package.
I only
but then-
laugh because it just said Fox everywhere, like
Yeah.
on the field.
But it was amazing to watch. And it did make me personally nervous for the guys that I root for. Again, first timers, big moment for them, all this added pressure.
No, but there were
But it was
times.
great, man. It was a great game, and I love the innovation of what they're trying to do in baseball. That's my
They're trying.
observation, and that's it.
They're trying.
So Gonsolin.
Gonsolin. Mullet guy.
I always wanna say
I call him
Gosselin.
mullet guy.
I always want to say Gosselin the same way someone called me out yesterday. And I'm like, yeah, I probably did say it. I always want to say Sterling Marte instead of Starling Marte. Sterling's more of a common name, right? I always want to say Sterling Marte, and it's obviously
Sterling
Starling.
Hitchcock.
Yeah,
John Sterling.
There's a million so every time I say it, I'm like Sterling Marte. But anyway,
Oh, Sterling Marte.
one last nerd stat note, and then I think my daughter has questions for us.
Oh, perfect.
So
Perfect.
Gonsolin, who is a
There he is.
Cy Young Award probable. You know what he is right now? 11-0.
Cannon.
11-0 with a 2.02 ERA.
Sweet mullet.
And he's 0-1 in the All-Star game. Do you think that bothers him? Or do you think he'd rather take an L in the regular season?
No, but it bothers him.
I'm just saying.
But you like I said, you can't say that a home run in the All-Star game doesn't matter. But
Yeah, you don't
sucking,
want- yeah.
I mean, does matter, but then sucking doesn't.
Yeah, you don't want to suck ever. Can we agree that you don't? No one ever wants to. You want your suck
Tell
to
it
be
my
at a
wife.
minimum,
Am I right? Am I
right? So
Am I right?
let's get the show started. Great
Right.
night. Fox Sports Radio was a really fun time, and then went home, had a little food, watched a little TV with Sarah. She's watching some dating show that I'm sort of just on board for, not because I like it, but because Sarah gets a kick out of it, and it really.
The one that got away on Amazon?
I believe it is. There's like a portal, and like people come through. It would be like Steve Covino.
I told you about this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you did, but so did Sarah. And like I say, half-ass paid attention because you love it, Spot.
No, I just mentioned it to you. I told you about the premise.
Okay. So it's like Steve Covino. You go on this show. Hey, Steve Covino. Throughout my life, I've had a lot of misconnections. What do you mean misconnections? You know, the girl I worked
From
with.
a misconnection, da 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 da. Sorry,
From a misconnection.
What do you mean misconnection?
love that song.
Like
Great song. Head in the heart.
girl you worked with in college, but
No one knows that song.
you flirted with her at Bennigan's, but she had a boyfriend and you had a girlfriend. Or the girl at work you used to flirt with, but she was married at the time, and you're like, oh, can't cross lines. You go on this show, and somehow they investigate you where this like portal opens and like smoke. It's like all smoke and dramatic with lights, and
It's Rich's butthole.
someone will enter the room. Smoke with lights?
Yeah. You're a showman.
Greatest Showman. I think Spot's brain starts working from 9 to 10 a.m. Then at 10 a.m. he clicks in.
I've felt great so far. I'm really tired today.
And
Traffic.
you go into, they come into this through this portal. The person seems relatively surprised, like, oh my God, like John I used to work with at the bar? Yeah, I've always had a crush on you. I've always flirted with you. And it's all based on the misconnections, like the coulda, woulda, shouldas. And it's sort of a dumb show, but Sarah's watching it. So that's what I was watching last night.
I'm pretty sure I saw in a preview where somebody was like, I can't really, who are you?
No, yeah, it's true. Some of them are
And
like,
they're like, I follow you on Instagram.
yeah, some of them are like, yeah, we DM'd for like a year last year. And she's like, oh, yeah, I remember sort of. What you, yeah.
I could play it.
It's all good.
Misconnections?
Just keep talking.
I'm done talking. It's an average show, but there's like one crazy girl on the show, which I guess saves it. But Sarah's watching it, so I'm not going to be the dick husband and be like, turn this off. It's entertaining.
You notice that?
Of course, great song.
That's my shit.
It's funny how you're into these like light pop songs, but
I don't look at this.
you don't like pop songs.
This is an alt rock song. I don't
I feel like this is like a
pop is
poll.
a lame
I feel
genre
like
to
this
me
is
'cause it just takes the popular songs from actual genres.
I feel like this is a song that I play in the Pulse like nonstop.
By the way, The Head and the Heart does a great cover of Don't Dream It's Over.
Really?
Great cover, yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, you should check it out.
I like that.
Head and the Heart's really good.
I like songs. I don't like bands
Yeah.
anymore.
That's a fair statement. The only person I really love, and I'm man enough to admit it,
Taylor Swift.
fucking super Ed Sheeran fan.
21 Pilots is cool.
21 Pilots, Ed Sheeran.
is mega talented.
Ed Sheeran might be like my dude, and I'm not embarrassed to say it. I'm a grown man, but there's very few people that if you told me, hey, I got a ticket to go see blank, it would have to be one of maybe like 10 people for me to say, yeah, let's do it. So this show, is there anyone, Sarah and I then started joking.
What's the name of it again?
Misconnections. No, what is it, Spot? I don't even know the name. That's
the
why
one that got
the
away.
one that got away.
The one that got away.
So that would be like if I,
but it's an easy formula. You always need a wacky person to bring in the ratings.
yeah, you need like one or two crazy people.
Yeah.
And there's like one crazy, jealous, weird fucking psycho girl on the show. And she's sort of the only person. I'm like, Sarah, fast forward through that. And then I felt like,
By the way, another thing they do while you formulate your thought, they also, it's like they release someone from the portal, and then they start interacting, but then they release another person from the portal without you knowing.
so there's other people.
There's other people from your portal.
Yeah. So it might be like, oh, Covino's single? Covino, remember me? We made out one time during your Maxim days. Oh, yeah, I remember you.
Oh boy.
And then all of a sudden you're like, that's great.
Oh
like,
boy.
20 minutes later, through the portal. Hey, Covino, like, remember me? Like, we met at a rock show once and you gave me your number and we never connected. Like, and
I would love to do this to you guys.
Sarah and I were joking last night. Like, is there anyone that, quote, got away?
Here you
And
go.
I said
Open the
there's like-
bathroom door.
I said
Come
there's
on
like
out.
I said there's like one or two girls that I feel like I thought there could have been more, but there wasn't because bad timing and stuff. And that's what the show is based on. And it's entertaining, sort of shitty, but entertaining.
Where does one watch this?
Amazon.
Amazon. Yeah, I miss a lot of what's going on on Amazon.
I just saw a preview for it. I thought it was a movie. And I was watching it. I'm like, oh, it's a really shitty reality
Can I
show.
be honest with you? I'm so vain that if I watch a dating show and the contestants aren't good looking enough, I'm like, I don't want to watch this. You know what I felt that way about? There was
I've
a
learned
show.
to keep my mouth shut though, because when I criticize people, I tend to sound like my mom, and I don't like that. And then Jordan is quick to put me in my place.
That's rude.
Yeah, it is rude, very rude.
May I
But
have
I'm
an-
being rude.
may I have
you know
an
what I'm
example?
saying?
Yeah, but you're
Like,
being rude to a stranger. She's
that's
being
how I
rude
feel
to
about
you.
it. Yeah.
May I
So
have-
if you're like, that girl's busted, if Jordan's like, what do you think you are? You're like, yeah, she's
or
insulting
she
you.
would say something along the lines
Do you
of,
think she would like you?
exactly. And she's right, because I would say that to somebody else, but you don't want to hear it in that moment. I was like, oh, I was just making an observation. I mean, they're on a dating show. I don't think they're that hot. Sorry.
Talking about The Bachelor.
To me, they're like the regular girls next door. You know, I'm like, yeah, doo-doo diapers. I don't be fighting over those girls.
I mean, and all the guys are like super handsome, and you're like, why are they fighting over these brujals?
No, but
I mean, they're super accomplished. I get that.
what is it like?
But it is a dating show.
don't
You
know.
can't. It's to me, it's understandable to have these type of thoughts.
to
you know?
me,
But-
there's so many thirsty women out there that I feel like they could do a better
Stay
job
thirsty,
casting hotties. But maybe hotties aren't exciting enough. But I will say, I'm
not
not
hotties
I'm-
a cat. Not
I'm
every
not,
hottie's a catch either, though.
I'm not my dad. I don't base what I watch on good lookingness. When they're actors or actresses, that's one thing. But reality dating shows, I feel like if it's a reality dating show, don't they need to be hot? Like, you want to see a bunch of fucking gross people dating?
That's how I feel.
You're not on the show to date these people.
Yeah, but Spot, do you
So
want
it
to watch
doesn't matter how you feel
Spot,
about them.
do you think The Bachelor would have as bigger ratings if the guys didn't all have abs and the girls weren't hot? You think if it was a bunch of like middle-aged, chubby guys that are bald and
Based
like
on this conversation, my prediction: Bachelorette lowest ratings ever, and it's there's two Bachelorettes, and it's really sloppy and half baked. So, I think it's fair to judge on these shows, but it's not a good look. It really isn't, because you sound like a douche.
no, I don't.
And I don't want to sound like, yeah, you do, kind of.
I watch dating shows.
You even prefaced it like, I don't want to sound like a fan asshole.
All right, I'll give
Because
you one.
that's how it could be perceived.
What did I watch? There was a season of what's that show where they lose money when they hook up and the little talking boop boop boop. No, not the circle.
Hot Island.
Love Island? No. Too Hot to Handle?
Too Hot to Handle. That's it.
Too Hot to
Cold
Handle.
to hold.
When there's not one or two girls on the show where I'm like, yo, they got cheeks. There's no handsome dude that's like, yeah, he's the stud.
He's got a toilet, yeah.
I don't know. I'll give you one.
So you're looking for studs?
Season 2. Well, yeah, sort of. That's what you're watching. You're watching to see good-looking people. That's why they do these shows. Let's not be dumb and be naive.
So
I
it's
mean,
like
that's why Troy was so great, right? You had Eric Bana and Brad Pitt.
fucking Eric Bana.
Fucking Eric Bana with the hairy chest and everything.
Man.
Jesus. That guy.
All right, like F-Boy Island.
Yeah.
F-Boy Island is a disaster because no one on that show. I watched the trailer of it on my flight recently, and I was like, I don't know. I don't think there's anyone on the show where I'm like, yeah, she's fucking smoking or he's like cool. So I'm like, yeah, nope. So there you go. Gabe saying first season, him and his wife hasn't watched. It's not interesting.
You know what it is?
He's talking about The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
Here's a great example for you. During the 30s, the 1930s, when they made movies, all the very handsome, wealthy people, they used to portray them as like idiots because everyone was going through the Great Depression and they were very unhappy with their lives. So they loved going to the movies to see these wealthy, beautiful people struggle through life situations in a funny way for a suspension of disbelief. I think that's what you're looking for. You want to see and know that these beautiful people that think that they can get everything and do whatever they want, and, you know, like the sun just shines on their buttholes 24/7. You want to see them struggle and go through strife. I think that's what it is. So you want to see the beautiful people struggle.
It's a good analogy. I don't know if I want to see the beautiful people struggle. I think if I'm watching a show about people dating,
analogy.
I think I want to just rather watch good-looking girls in bikinis. The beautiful people. The beautiful people. I lost interest in The Bachelor once they started doing 3-hour episodes with cliffhangers. I agree, Stu. That was my shit back in the day, and you guys made fun of me. But when it became twice a week, like 3 hours an episode, it became a commitment that was just too much for me to keep up on.
Right.
With my schedule with the kids and Sarah, like I could sneak an hour or so, but 6 hours of The Bachelor a week, or at least 4, it's a lot. It's a lot.
I watched the Bill Burr comedy special from 2021, which debuted this past weekend.
Not
on
the
Netflix.
Friends one.
The one at Red Rocks in
the one.
Oh, yeah.
The one at Red Rocks in Colorado.
Arizona. Colorado? Yeah, Colorado.
Yeah, Red Rocks.
And
Fraggle Rocks.
my first observation is the sound was terrible. Like terrible. Like noticeably bad. I'm not being overly critical. You can't help but notice, like, is the sound messed up?
It's not the best sound.
It's terrible. It gets better as it goes on, or your ears adjust. I don't know.
I adjusted, I guess, because after a while, that
like
wasn't even a takeaway. That wasn't even a takeaway I had.
Fucking
I think maybe when he grabbed the mic, I was like, oh, it's hollow.
I mean, you're not an audio guy. It was horrible. You're not a roast beef prime rib. You're not a prime
I'm
rib
not a
guy.
prime rib guy either.
You're not
Never was a
an
prime rib
audio
boy.
guy, and you never were an old fashioned boy. He never was a whiskey boy. Bill Burr was great, and he does touch on some of these elements of, you know, when you look up at a billboard, you want to see someone more handsome than you.
It's true.
And he's very honest about it in a funny way. It's the only way you can be honest about it. If you're not being honest about it in a funny way, you come across like a fucking pretentious, superficial dickhead. But he was saying how women are just sort of evil in their way, uplifting overweight women, calling them a goddess and a queen.
Just because they internally, deep down inside, feel better than them.
Yeah.
It's a really funny take.
Yeah, let's put them on the billboard so that I feel better about myself. And it's kind of funny. And that's the world we live in.
Bill Burr's point spot was sort of like, put Lizzo on the billboard so I sort of feel good. Don't put Victoria's Secret model on the billboard because that'll make me feel insecure.
He says, like, I don't.
And women have tricked us. Women have tricked the whole system.
I could never achieve that. He's just honest with himself. Like, yeah, I can never beat Brad Pitt, and that's it.
Eric
You know?
Bana. Can never be Eric
Can
Bana.
never be Eric Bana. You just be the best that you can. And he's saying that women come from a mentality of, you go, queen, look at you, you're beautiful. But behind their back, they're like, oh my God, but I'd never want to look like that.
That's
when
women.
men, if they see a man who's
You see The Rock. Hey, I'll never look like that. The guy's ripped. He's strong.
or no, you don't uplift the guy who's down on his health.
Yeah.
A guy would tell him straight up, "Hey, man, you got to do something about that. You're gonna kill yourself."
Yeah.
You know, and that's the difference. It's
Women
really
so
funny.
women will say, "You go, girl."
Yeah.
Unless there's people out there that when you do get your shit together and you like posting about it, then they shit on you
Then
too.
they shit on you
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
But you know, Rich watched the dating show, and
Tough.
a similar takeaway on the Bill Burr comedy special, which is totally worth the watch. It was really great,
You know what I learned from this?
but it was very terrible audio in the beginning.
Just be average.
Be an average fella.
Be average. Don't be exceptional. Don't be shitty. Just be average.
Is that your goal?
And you'll just coast. People won't bother you. If you're just average, people won't bother you.
You can be average looking. I'm not trying to be average in life.
I'm just saying, be average.
Nah, I don't want to be nothing. That
average.
gives me no interest.
Yeah,
That's what I learned from our.
I get
our
no interest
shitty
in being
influences
average.
in our life.
So last night, like you said, All-Star game, watching a little shitty reality show, some good stand-up
Bill Burr
comedy.
was great. Yeah, he was great. You were right about that. It was totally great.
But let's start the show. Emmy had a couple questions for you guys.
Start the show.
Start the
46
show.
minutes
You're
into
fucking-
it.
Yeah.
Well, 40 minutes into it.
40 minutes in.
35 minutes into
Let's
it.
let's start the show. Yeah.
I've been waiting for the Emmy thing. You took a hard left to tell me about this Portal dating show. I'm waiting for Emmy.
Portal. It's poorly produced too.
Sounds terrible.
Sounds horrible.
You know what? I was really trying to envision it. I imagine that is better than it sounded. I really do.
Well, play the trailer spot if you
No,
if,
no, no. I'm
Play the
good.
trailer to give Covino a little taste of it, and then we'll move on.
Trailers are bad radio. I don't think I need to
Okay.
see it.
That's fine.
I don't really watch anything on Amazon.
Amazon's got a lot of good. Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. I'm not denying it, but you know, I tend to miss it.
You never
sometimes.
watched Upload?
Some people will talk about stuff, and they'll say, and I'll be like, "Well, what channel is that on?" Like, "Oh, Showtime." I'm like, I don't really watch Showtime, so I don't see the ads for that. Amazon's not on my rotation of things that I normally watch unless it's like a mandatory. You gotta see.
Everyone's got that.
Yeah,
Like Paramount. You have Paramount.
I have Paramount Plus. So excited about Beavis and Butthead, August 4th.
Where do I watch the
Netflix, obviously.
Where do I
I'm a
watch the
slinger.
Derek Jeter documentary?
ESPN.
Do I
Your
have? I guess I
your
have
old
that on Hulu,
workplace.
right?
You don't have the ESPN app anymore?
No.
I do. I mean, you're a sports guy. How do you not have that?
Fuck them.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, did you use the ESPN Plus app when you worked before you worked there?
It came out when we started working there.
I guess maybe I have it because I have Disney Plus. Is it packaged?
Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, Hulu
Okay. Maybe I have it.
are
then.
part of the package.
So Emmy has a couple questions for us because I said, "Hey," she asked, "What is Steve doing?" I go, "He's getting ready for our show." She goes, "What are you guys going to talk about?"
Steve.
And I go, "I don't know, Emmy. What should we talk about?" And this is what Emmy thinks we should talk about. So maybe a couple questions you can answer because these are great questions, I think. So what should Steve and I talk about today?
Ice cream, unicorns, Spider Girl, Elsa.
All right, so ice cream. What should we ask people? Maybe what their favorite ice cream is?
Yeah.
Okay, what about Elsa?
What's your favorite character in Frozen?
Okay, those are good questions. Thank you, buddy.
And for what's your favorite superhero?
Oh, it's great.
Good questions. Love you.
Hold on.
Love you.
Ice cream, one more time.
All right,
Just for
your,
the-
your
ice
fa-
cream,
your favorite
unicorns,
ice
what,
cream- your-
Elsa?
No, your favorite character from Frozen.
Your favorite character from Frozen.
I got all that.
Your favorite ice cream. She wants you to talk about unicorns and your favorite superhero.
I feel like she says a third thing before Elsa. Can I
That's
just hear it one more time?
Yeah.
Just for my
that was
own.
it. No, that was it.
I love it.
So what should Steve and I talk about today?
Ice cream, unicorns, Spider Girl, Elsa.
Spider Girl.
Oh, Spider Girl. So ice cream. What should we ask people?
Spider Girl.
What's Spider Girl?
Oh, Spider Girl. You don't know Spider Girl? Little Gwenny?
I knew she said something. Her name is Gwenny.
Yeah.
Gwyneth.
Yeah,
Now-
Spider Girl's Emmy's favorite thing.
That
there is.
was adorable, by the
So
way.
based off that, she wants to know our favorite superhero.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. I loved it. Thank you,
Okay,
Emmy.
thanks, Emmy. So that gives us content.
mean-
All right, so let's start with favorite ice cream.
That's what I'm talking about.
Favorite ice cream.
I'm gonna go.
She has more
with-
ideas than her dad.
I know.
I'm gonna go with a Moose Tracks.
Moose tracks.
Yeah, normally I would say mint chocolate. I would say mint chocolate chip, or like I know something with like a chocolate caramel sort of swirl,
I'm gonna go.
like the dulce de leche from Haagen-Dazs.
I'm gonna go half baked Ben and Jerry's.
Oh, that's really good.
You guys are very specific. I'll just say like any cookie dough always works for me.
You know what I think too?
But I try to lay off it. Like Jordan said to me last night, I don't really like this one. You can have it. And she handed me like a pint of something, and I housed it in like 45 seconds.
You don't
the whole
say.
thing. The whole
You
thing.
don't say.
The whole thing.
There's one I tried recently.
So like I'm not very picky.
Doesn't
I was
fit
like,
your
I like all that.
There's a Ben and Jerry's that is fantastic. It has a cream cheese core.
The core ones. You like that one?
That's what I'm saying. I love them all.
But I'd go
Collect
half-baked.
them all.
Or if you're going soft ice cream, I'm going old school East Coast Carvel vanilla cone.
I'll tell you my favorite soft serve in the Valley, Magpies in Tarzana.
I'd have never been.
Yo, write it down.
Magpie?
Yeah, and they actually
Magpies.
serve pies, like ice
Did you
cream
know
pies, but Magpies has
Magpies.
some amazing soft serve. Anyway, ice cream, fantastic. It's so hard for me to avoid it. I see those Blue Bunny commercials all the time. They have new Blue Bunny like cones. Bought them, housed them. They're great. I love it. Who doesn't love ice cream? Emmy's on point with that one.
Your sister, Dawn. Soft serve chocolate and vanilla twist.
Bang. By the way, heading back to the East
Dipped in
Coast.
sprinkles.
Can't wait to take Melody to Carvel.
Dipped
You know
in
what I mean?
sprinkles.
Carvel.
Carvel
Melody, there's
is
a guy
my favorite.
named Tom Carvel.
have a
That's Fudgy the Whale.
Do you
That's
like
Cookie Puss.
Do you like the soft serve in the swirl, or do you like the Dairy Queen little like?
All of them. You know what? I wouldn't mind going to Dairy Queen.
It has how it has a little,
Carvel swirl.
it has the little mounds and then a little thing on top.
Carvel swirl. And I'm fascinated how they could,
Red Merlin.
how it doesn't, how the soft serve doesn't fall when they dip it in the sprinkles or whatever.
So good.
It's a skill. It's a skill.
Let me tell you, my wife was the fastest dip in the East.
Really?
She could not just dip in sprinkles, but the dip, the chocolate.
Yeah, the crust, like he was saying, like the red Merlin or the chocolate crust.
She had a method.
She worked at Dairy Queen?
She worked at a Custard's Last Stand in Long
But
Lake,
she
New
was
York.
good at doing like the dip.
She could dip. Like she would just go whoosha and out without any sort of drippage.
But they have like a skill spot where they let it drip one time. Like,
let me tell you, skills came in handy. She has like a flick of the wrist where she could just go like, what? And he'd be like, here, top notch. I challenge anyone to rival her skills.
sprinkles on soft serve. All right, so that's Emmy's first question. Second question. I was just thinking that unicorns. Any thoughts on unicorns?
No. I'm not done with ice cream yet.
okay.
Good humor guy comes down the street, right? What's your nowadays choice? I want your childhood choice and your nowadays choice.
Childhood choice because I was so into it. I got
Way back on
the
Wednesday.
gross WWE wrestling bar.
Gross.
It was gross, but I loved wrestling, so I was like, I would
go
get the
Fat-
wrestling
Fat
bar.
Frog or Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill gets to the bubblegum nose.
Yeah, I love that. Nowadays, you know what I always like though too? The chocolate eclair or the strawberry shortcake.
That's what I would. That's what I would get now.
Now I would get a king cone probably 9 times out of 10.
My wife is king cone all day.
King cone is, and you get to that chocolate bottom and the cone. Yeah.
If we go to the supermarket and say anything in the freezer,
Yeah.
I would be like, oh God, there's so many fucking great choices. You know what my wife would get?
Yeah.
Sarah would get drumsticks every time.
Yeah, I love them.
I
I love that, the king cone. You know what
love a
though?
drumstick.
I actually had this conversation with Jordan yesterday. Jordan gave me this.
I would get.
Wait, hold on. I think the weakest, like we need to get past it right away. Anything on a wooden stick. The wooden stick is gross to me.
It is at the
It
end.
gives me. I'm allergic to it. I hate it. We got to get past that. Wooden stick in my
That
ice
being
cream.
said, I
blows.
loved the crunch. I love like the chocolate crunch.
The chocolate. The one we used to have in Little League was called the Chocolate
This one.
Chief Crunchy.
This one right here.
Yeah.
All those are great.
Oh,
the one
the
there's
strawberry I would get now.
Strawberry
Look up the
short-
strawberry now.
Look
Look up
Strawberry
the Chocolate
shortcut.
Chief Crunchy, man.
the strawberry shortcake is great. What's the one that had like the hard chocolate bar in the middle?
I don't
Remember
know that
one of them had like there was like
this one on the end right here.
But there's an almond
oh
one
my
too.
God,
or-
the almond crunch.
yeah, the almond.
I would
They're
do the
all great.
strawberry. Or a drumstick.
Yeah. Emmys.
Did you go? Did you
Emmy's
go?
great.
Did you go through a phase where you were into the froze fruit bar, like the strawberry frozen fruit?
Yeah. Well, I remember back in the 80s, my mom loved those, so they'd always be around.
They were expensive. The strawberry froze
You
fruit.
just buy the Mexican
they
versions.
would
here in
sell.
LA.
They would sell them at. Remember at the beach, there'd always be a guy going around with the styrofoam cooler.
Yeah.
Froze fruit.
But it's not ice cream. Stay on topic.
I'm sorry.
Emmy's the producer.
Sorry.
Stop drifting.
Ice
Italian
cream.
ice is not part of the conversation.
No.
Man.
Sorry, Dawn. My family grew up. You know how like your family's like a Hulk Hogan family?
Yes.
My family was very much an Italian ice
We were an
family.
Italian ice family too.
Like, there wasn't a day where my mom was like, let's get Italian ice.
My dad was all about cherry. You know what I would love? The rainbow, because you got a little bit of the blue, the blue raspberry. When you get an Italian ice in that shitty little white paper cup from the pizzeria, I would say rainbow, please. Little extra blue.
Oh, man.
Right?
Yeah.
You would get
That's
the
a whole
red, white, and blue.
It's a whole other
separate topic.
dessert discussion.
Yeah, because then Kirk could bring in Jello pudding pops, which are a whole nother category, but they're
cream.
fantastic.
Ice cream.
The pudding and the pop.
the pudding.
Producer said ice cream. We're
Yeah.
talking about ice cream.
What's your favorite ice
Thank
cream?
you, Emmy. Unicorns.
Unicorns. Beautiful creatures. I believe they exist. And
There's a song by the Irish Rovers, The Unicorn, and it tells you why the unicorn's not real and here anymore. Well, it's why it's not here. Because when Noah built the ark, the unicorn was like chilling out and missed the ark. I think that's the reason. If you want to get
My Little Pony's not a thing right now. My Little Pony goes through phases.
Yeah, Sarah was a big My Little Pony girl, so I think she's trying to be like, Emmy, My Little Ponies, and she's not like necessarily loving it.
Because Melody used to love Rarity, who was a very pretty unicorn pony.
I also would love to ride a unicorn.
Yes.
I think
Magical.
I think they'd be fun.
Oh, in the 90s.
Horn first.
No, that's rich.
In the 90s, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus tried to make it seem like they had a unicorn and they just taped a horn on a horse.
Yeah.
I remember that specifically.
I
because
wonder-
I remember thinking like, what?
Is the
Are we supposed to believe this?
So the horn, like, I know it's a colored horn, but does it, and glittery, does it let go of that, or is it just like very solid and just like, you know?
It's very
I'm curious.
solid.
I have a question for
If
you.
you were to touch the horn of a unicorn, would you get like,
Yeah, no, magic. Magic would happen.
would you get like glitter on your hand?
Yeah.
I'd have to ask Emmy because she's probably the
Just need
unicorn
an-
expert,
just
right?
need an
Like,
excuse for the next time I go out.
like Pegasus was a flying horse, but not necessarily a unicorn. So unicorns don't always fly, right? So
I think unicorns always fly.
no, I don't think so. I
no,
think they just have a horn.
unicorns don't have wings.
See?
A Pegasus.
So what do you call
Pegasus flies.
right? So what do you call a horse with a horn and wings? Or do they never sort of intertwine in that way?
Oh wait, a unicorn does have wings. Sorry.
Not all unicorns have wings.
Some do.
No, I think all unicorns have wings.
I don't think so.
Maybe you're right. Oh, you're right. I don't know. So yeah,
Pegasus
what's a winged,
is not a unicorn. He's just a winged horse.
Maybe I'll
Or
tell
is a
Emmy.
winged
Maybe you like.
unicorn-
Maybe you don't like unicorns. Maybe you like the Pegasus.
or is a winged unicorn like a Pegasus and a unicorn got together?
I don't know. What's more magical and mystical?
A Pegacorn.
I don't know. I'd have to ask Emmy. But now I
Do unicorns
think
have
about
wings?
it.
Do unicorns have wings?
I think my daughter's still at the age where
No.
I think she's still at the age where she thinks certain things might be real. I'll give you an example. This week at her summer program at the preschool,
Here.
this week
Who's to
is
say it's not?
this week is Pirate Week.
Yeah.
No.
And she learned about buried treasure. She brought home a couple coins yesterday. And what Thursday? Tomorrow,
Did she learn about Buckler's bung?
there's a pirate coming into school. She's like, a pirate's coming to talk to my class. So I guess I got some dude coming in like, hey kids, and so I was like, does she think?
Are you ready, kids?
Will Emmy think this guy's a real pirate? If some guy that comes in with a Jack Sparrow
pirates
costume,
exist.
no, but if he comes in with a Jack Sparrow
I hear
costume,
Johnny Depp's free these days.
actually he's probably living it up.
Remember the boats were being taken over by pirates not too long ago?
Yeah, but I don't think I don't think they mean a Somali pirate. Is gonna,
What do you mean? They're like, yo ho, pirates like for me.
I do wonder if Emmy.
But who's to say
that's
in
true.
the Webb telescope they can't find another universe where unicorns do exist?
Maybe they do.
I'm sure there's creatures similar to things we could only imagine. So why is that impossible? It's not impossible. Zebras exist. That shit's crazy.
That is.
So unicorns are awesome, Emmy.
So unicorns do not have wings.
But unicorns, to me, even though Pegasus was a badass, Perseus was pretty magical riding Pegasus. To me, they're very feminine, right? Like, can you be a super like macho dude and be into unicorns? I don't think so. Can you?
Why not?
I don't know.
I
To me,
feel
they
like-
go with like rainbows and stuff.
I feel like there's no. I don't know how the
Like,
idea.
dude, like, I think like boys are into dragons
I would like to know.
and girls are into unicorns.
Here's the thing: the unicorn never was like rainbowy or like fancy, like soft colors. It's just it just has a horn. So the fact that it became feminine, I have no. It's like,
But it is to me, though.
Every little kid. I told you. I was,
It's like
I was,
the
I was
rainbow.
talking to Nicole yesterday.
like
when
the
we
rainbow, how the LGBTQIA plus whatever
Yeah, but little
community
girls love rainbows.
This is what I'm saying. How they adopted the rainbow. So now we associate that with the gay community. I feel like unicorns are just regular horses with horns, but now have like children and girls like unicorns.
Unicorn.
It's very unfair. What were you
Unicorns are
saying,
pretty
Rich?
cool.
Oh, I was saying Nicole and I yesterday were saying that when we were doing Have Kids, they said
It's a raunchy podcast.
if you're a parent, if you're a parent and you see another, sometimes your kids won't listen to you, but they'll listen to like a teacher or a coach or even a stranger, like a kind stranger, like at a store,
Yes.
but they won't listen to you.
Yeah.
I said, I was on a flight and we all have the ability to be children whisperers, just not to our own kids.
Right.
Like I saw a little girl on the plane I was on, like crying and getting all upset. And I saw her parents like just, impatient, like long flight. And I was like, hey, I bet you like unicorns and rainbows. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, and I bet you also like bubble guppies. She's like, yeah, I do. And the parents looked at me like, thank you. And I think when you're a parent, every little kid, you could guarantee that every little girl between the ages of 3 and maybe 6, rainbows and unicorns are their shit. It's automatic. I don't know if that was like that when your sisters were younger, but every little girl is like rainbows and unicorns. More than ever. I don't remember when we were kids. Do you remember little girls loving rainbows and unicorns the way they do now?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Look at the kids' toy section. Little
I
girls,
mean, I think they
rainbows,
dress
unicorns.
that way, right? What'd they have on their clothes? Strawberry shortcake, rainbows,
Maybe.
unicorns, My Little Ponies and shit, pound puppies.
All right, so there you go, unicorns.
My birthday's coming
Check.
up. Can you guys
Rainbow
get me a
Bright. Yeah,
unicorn
Rainbow
shirt?
Bright.
Rainbow-
Was very feminine.
I want to wear a unicorn shirt.
Spider Girl.
No, but favorite character from Frozen. Let's go there.
Yeah, favorite. That was her next question.
No, it wasn't. It was Spider Girl.
Well,
But
no,
okay.
she just said Spider Girl, but her question from Spider Girl was, "What's your favorite superhero?"
I like Emmy as the producer. Favorite superhero? That's a good one.
Iron Man.
I was going to say the same thing.
I like Emmy
Just
as the host.
aesthetically, the coolest, I think. What do you think about that?
I think Iron Man is like, I'm a
he's
rich,
a regular guy.
he's a rich, slick,
regular rich dude.
like almost like
Tony
sarcastic jerk. And yeah, Tony Stark, Iron Man built the costume.
Spider-Man's cool, but he's a nerd, right? Peter Parker's a nerd. I can't relate to the nerd. I'm too cool for that.
Yeah, so,
Thank you.
to me,
Iron Man.
Thor.
to me,
the
Spider-Man.
Love and Thunder.
To me,
his golden
all right,
locks.
Batman.
I can't attain that.
Batman's a little too like.
Batman's just a
he's
rich
little
guy
too.
with-
He's a little too dark for me. A little too like. Oh, I'm
He lives in a cave.
Lives in a
Just cool,
cave.
but-
He's not even a superhero. He's just a rich guy with money.
Nah.
He's Elon Musk.
Iron Man, and I like the Ozzy song.
Vote Superman.
I vote.
Classic. Can leap tall buildings in a single bound.
I vote Homelander. Homelander. You know, I
Strong.
changed my mind. Homelander.
Strong, flies around, can see through shirts.
Homelander. Number one answer on the board.
I mean, we're all
Villain,
allowed to have
badass,
our own
yeah.
answers. Because my personal answer is Super Vato Hero, but he's not big enough. Iron Man is probably, I think, the coolest superhero.
Jason saying a lot of people might agree with him. Wolverine is very popular.
Wolverine's cool. I mean, they're all cool.
What about the Incredible Hulk?
I used to love the Hulk as a kid. Eric Bana, Ed Norton, Bill Bixby.
Eric Bana.
Oh, what about Deadpool? People might say Deadpool because they love Ryan
Deadpool's
Reynolds.
great.
Ruffalo.
Deadpool's great.
Deadpool's cool, but he's no Iron Man.
I got my favorite superhero, Starlight from The Boys. Show everyone on tier
She's
2
still on
pictures. The Starlight.
The
Yeah.
blondie.
Yeah.
I watched the first season, but
It's so fucking good. Season 3 is the where they left off. It might have been the mid-season or regular finale. It's like I'm not giving away the scene. That's the meme that everyone's seeing. Homelander does something and he looks around for a reaction. Everyone's like, "Yeah!" And that's when he's like, you know, that like weird awkward smile.
yeah.
Homelander, such a badass.
How about
And a
Linda,
terrible
Linda
person.
Carter as Wonder Woman?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Starlight.
star bright. First star I see tonight. I wish I may. I wish I might.
What can you do with those hands?
Have this wish I wish tonight.
Penis glow.
Now, I'm sticking with my answer. My original answer is Iron Man. Captured the imagination for me as a kid. The Hulk was probably my second. The Thing was always cool, but I never liked the Fantastic Four. But I always liked the Thing. The Hulk is cool.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm a huge
I used
fan.
to like Robin, but he's like a little bitch boy. So, yeah, Iron Man.
I'm a huge
Iron
fan
Man.
of Superman, but strictly because of Christopher Reeve. Because as much as I love Henry Cavill, don't get me wrong, not really into the DC universe. I'm more of a Marvel guy. But I really liked Christopher Reeve and all those original movies from the 80s and actually it was all the 80s or 70s and 80s. Really good movies.
Superman's cool.
And clearly Emmy likes Spider-Girl, who, by the way,
Except
her
for the
name
third
is
one.
Gwen. And my little niece, her name is Gwenny Goo.
So she must love her.
And she always has little Spider-Girl shirts on.
Spider-Girl, that's Emmy's favorite thing.
It's pretty cool, man. It's cool that girls have these little heroes to look up to.
I will
That's
say
badass.
though, Spider-Boy and Spider-Man, sort of like the nerdiest of all of them, but Spider-Girl seems cool.
Which is cool because there's nerdy kids out there
Yeah,
that are
it's
like,
true.
yeah, you know, look at Peter Parker. He's cool.
Well, as-
and Peter Parker is? They're all cool.
As-
The question was my favorite. Iron Man.
Stan Lee, the great Stan Lee, said, the beautiful thing about Spider-Man is anyone can be Spider-Man. You don't know who's under there. Could be you. Could be any race. Could be a man. Could be a woman. Anyone can be Spider-Man. And that's why he created that character.
To Hollywood, by Grauman's Chinese Theater, Mexican guy is Spider-Man.
And Elmo.
It's crazy.
And the final. Did we answer our favorite character from Frozen?
Favorite character from Frozen? That's a good one.
I'm gonna go Olaf the Snowman. Comic relief. Josh Gad.
Josh Gad.
Sings every song that is in that movie that I like is
In
usually
summer's
sung by him.
Yeah.
Who's the
He gets too Josh Gaddy for me, though.
the
sometimes.
moose? I want to be who's the moose?
Oh, that's Kristoff and the Moose is Sven.
I want to be I'm Sven. Sven's my favorite.
Okay.
I like
So
the
they-
guy that works at the store. He's kind of cool.
Oh, where Kristoff and Sven go?
Yeah.
That
That guy's kind of cool.
yeah.
But my favorite.
Sven.
So we answered Emmy's questions.
How about the guy of Weaselton? That guy. He's kind of cool.
someone of Weaselton, the little fucking dork?
Guy with the monocle. That guy.
That's a good dude.
No, I like. I hate to agree with Rich. Olaf is the scene stealer. He is.
Scene stealer.
And then he has all these little.
The Duke of Weaselton?
The Duke of Weaselton was a funny character.
The Duke of Weaselton could be the best character. You're right. The Duke of Weaselton.
Oh, he wears glasses. I was picturing him.
Yeah, he was trying to fucking scheme Elsa.
But think of Frozen. It's the formula. Every Disney cartoon today has a little like sidekick that the kids could relate to. A little animal, a little quirky sort of creature.
Yeah.
Olaf is that character in Frozen, not the moose. It's Olaf. And without Olaf, that movie sucks. I mean, it doesn't
Comic-
suck. But it's
comic
not the
relief.
same. He's the comic relief.
In the first one, he
And
sings
there's
that.
all these little shorts with Olaf that are fantastic. It's really great.
In the first one,
Olaf's the
he sings
best.
that "In Summer" song, and then the second one, he has another song.
La da da.
Da, 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 do.
Yeah. Definitely Olaf. It's
So,
great.
Emmy's questions have been
But the
answered.
coolest character in Frozen is that big fucking snow beast. Whatever that is. Wherever that thing is. That was kind of cool. So, yes, we are on the Disney Channel.
Yeah.
Who has a problem with it? My mom or dad? It's probably my dad. He's the grumpiest. All right, so.
He's got like 6 grandkids.
I know. Hey, he better get ready for some Disney because they're all visiting this week.
Yeah.
But that is the number one answer. Olaf, the end.
Ta-da. Ta-doop.
Thank you. Now, do you put Garofalo, because we mentioned the Hulk,
Yeah.
do you put Garofalo and Paul Rudd in the same sort of category in any way?
You mean Ruffalo?
What did I say?
Garofalo.
Oh, Ruffalo.
Like Janine Garofalo?
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo's Buffalo. I think I said it twice. Mark Ruffalo. Do you put Ruffalo and Paul Rudd in the same
Ant-Man-
sort of romantic comedy, even though Paul Rudd's way funnier.
I was thinking superhero wise. Paul Rudd was also Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
And let me tell you, Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
But don't you feel like they fight
characters
for
in movies.
similar roles, but Paul Rudd edges out on the funny and Ruffalo edges out on whatever Ruffalo does?
The quirky, maybe.
Plus,
Yeah.
Paul Rudd's got longevity. He outshines Ruffalo.
Who's the
Paul
bigger?
Rudd's like sexiest dude,
Way
right?
back on a Wednesday. Who's more mammoth?
Ruffalo.
Ruffalo.
I'm sorry. Rudd.
Yeah.
Ruffalo
Without
does more legit.
Question.
Ant-Man.
Rudd. No, without question, Rudd.
Rudd is endearing and funny. Ruffalo was like, oh, I think women like.
You know what Ruffalo was in that we all watched? You probably forgot.
View from the top.
The Ryan Reynolds time travel movie on Netflix that we all said was, that was good.
Yeah,
Remember he was the
13 going on 30.
he's the dad.
he was the dad. 13 Going on 30 is a great romantic comedy.
It was the whole thing was.
I mean, he was the Hulk,
I mean, yep.
yeah,
right?
Rudd,
Yeah.
like Preston says, Rudd doesn't age.
Got to give him credit
He's
for that.
timeless.
Yeah,
Ruffalo's
50, he's like 65.
Ruffalo's aging. You're right. Rudd has not aged.
Ruffalo looked old in like 20 years ago.
which is something that white folks should embrace a lot more.
Other white guys that don't
Because
age.
usually it's brown don't frown, Spanish don't vanish. Paul Rudd,
Black don't crack.
Paul Rudd's still the stud.
What is it? White's all right? No, that's not it.
Paul Rudd's still the stud. Like you guys should. He's like 57 years old.
Rudd's still a stud.
Rudd's still a stud. Like that's awesome. He's the guy. He looks great. So anyway, Paul Rudd is doing something that's trending and that's viral, at least to me.
Paul
which I
Rudd
thought,
was in Role Models. That might seal the deal. He was so good in that.
I mean, he's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know who's worth more, who's more valued. I think in our world, definitely Paul Rudd. But Ruffalo, maybe in Hollywood, like he's the guy. I don't know.
Well, Spot will be the first to tell you that if you're part of that Marvel universe, your net worth might be like 10 times more than you assume, because like the Hulk itself could just have made
Like Ruffalo, like Robert Downey Jr. strictly by being Iron Man and being involved in the MCU is probably like the richest man in life.
Well, to me, I feel like they're cut from the same cloth of
Next to Tom Cruise.
what a producer might be looking for in somebody. Like, I'm casting, I don't know, like a Paul Rudd Ruffalo type. Anyway, Paul Rudd, who's a treasure. Paul Rudd's still a stud. Funny dude. He wins in funny. But but he also is endearing like Ruffalo.
to answer your question.
Yeah.
I know these things are never accurate because it says that you're worth like $20 million,
Don't tell Jordan.
but it says Rudd is worth
I think she knows.
double Ruffalo.
Thinks I'm broke.
My God, it says he has like $7 million.
Paul Rudd is worth double Ruffalo?
It says Rudd's net worth is 70 mil, and it says Ruffalo is roughly 36.
Yeah, I believe that.
So Paul Rudd continues to be not only a stud, but
No dud.
funny. He's no dud, but he's funny, right? Yeah, Ruffalo seems to be more of a dud. I don't know if he created this trend, but I'm so mad that I didn't create it.
I saw this not many years ago,
Really?
but years ago. He did this on the Graham Norton show.
Oh, really? It's
So
great.
I think this is his thing and he's making the rounds.
It's like I saw one time on TV or on a magic show or something. I don't know.
Probably
if you take a
Graham
spoon, if you take just a regular spoon, right, the back curve of the spoon, and put your knuckles up to it, and just move like this, it looks like ash streaks in the
Let's go get a
spoon, and it looks like you're taking a shower, right? Anyway, so this is in my wheelhouse of I think this is hilarious. Great party trick. And Paul Rudd has now taken this little sort of theory next level, using his fingers to create ash streaks when you least expect it. And the viral video is something along the lines of, never let Paul Rudd take a picture of you. And then hilarity ensues. Take a look.
PSA, never ask Paul Rudd to take a picture of you.
He puts his finger over the lens, creating ash streaks.
Oh, that's great. That's great. There you go.
That is fantastic. I love that.
And a junk shot. Yeah.
How have you never thought of this?
And look at Damon John. Look at that. It's hilarious. Damon John is just sitting there underneath an ass.
Never let Paul Rudd take a picture of you.
Lesson learned. I'm definitely doing that this week.
If you're
hey,
not,
Dad, smile.
If you're not watching, he curls his finger in a weird way over the iPhone camera lens where it looks like you're in the background of two fat cheeks.
Yeah.
It's great.
I like that.
Hold on, I gotta. No, I'm gonna zoom in on it.
How are you gonna zoom in on this?
I'll figure it out.
I don't even know how in the world you would do that.
I mean, it's gonna be really tough to do.
Yeah. It's look, Rich, ready?
Yeah.
Like this dude scrubbing his balls. Like,
Can you point it towards the camera?
Yeah, point it towards the camera. The one shot. Yeah. So hard to do, Spot.
yeah, it's impossible.
Oh wait, all right, so stay there.
It's just a dude and his long ass crack.
Yeah, you put your knuckles in the
don't
reflection.
move.
You put your knuckles in the reflection of a big spoon.
Yeah, look. This dude, like he's scrubbing. Scrub a dub. Scrub a dub, scrub.
It does look like you're scrub a dub
Ready?
dubbing.
Can you see that? Yeah. Oh, really? Like, see the dude scrubbing? He's scrubbing his trunk. Like, la la la. La la la. See the ass? See the dude? Like,
That is so dumb. Looks like a guy scrubbing his nuts.
Yeah. So, along those lines of thinking, I've been doing that for years. I can't believe I didn't invent, here, take a picture and put you right underneath an ass crack. I think that's great. So Paul Rudd came up with the trend. I don't know if he invented it, but he's making it funny. It's spectacular. I agree, Jake. Jake Levesque, shout out to you. But let's see. Yeah, let's see if Paul, he's got it down.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got to learn the art of it. I'll figure it out. I mean, when there's a will, there's a way.
It's like hard to set up. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. You have to have the right finger, But it's kind of funny, man. Because I wonder if Damon John,
Did he know that was going to happen?
did he
'Cause
know
it's
that's
pretty
what was
funny.
going on? And if you don't see it, again, Damon John, Shark Damon John of FUBU, is posing for a picture, but he's underneath an ass.
Which finger do you use?
Created by Paul Rudd's fingers, which is kind of funny. I don't know how he does it, but it's really, he's got it down.
Let's see which finger he used.
Oh, Kevin Cedarholm said, I just did it and it's awesome. Yeah, like I can't believe it took this long to get on my radar when, again, that's so in my wheelhouse of, I'm surprised someone didn't send me that sooner. I want to thank Brian in Connecticut, actually, for sending it my way. He said, dude, I don't know why, but this is hilarious. Thank you, happy Brian in Connecticut, because I'm definitely doing that to my kid, to my dad, to my niece. I can't wait to do that and tease my little nieces this weekend. Can't wait. So, hilarity ensued. Thank you, Brian in Connecticut. Thank you, Paul Rudd.
Did you see the other
just on
trend?
that alone?
Speaking of dumb trends, did you see the other
But
one?
just on that, Paul Rudd edges out Ruffalo like.
Oh, yeah.
by a
No,
long
for sure.
shot.
Have you seen the trend of you got wienered?
What does that mean?
Someone puts a little box.
Yeah.
Just put a bunch of uncooked hot dogs in a box.
Mm-hmm.
They ring the doorbell and someone's like, I got a package, and they open it. And it's just a bunch of hot dogs, and there's a sign that says, you got wienered. I thought that was like right up your alley.
No, but that's great. Fantastic.
You got wienered.
Like Jesus loves it. So thank you, Jesus. I know it's dumb as could be.
But
What
hey.
I'm amazed by is, like I said, that this is the first I'm seeing of it. Cell phones have been around for a long time. It's the first time.
Yep.
I mean, cameras existed before that. You could have figured that out.
My fingers are too thick.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Stumpy.
So the cheeks should just be fatter.
Yeah. People are like, well, you at a Lizzo concert? Like, no, that's just Spot's fingers.
Very funny.
Kind of funny. Thank you very much. The spoon trick is great. Use that. Were you guys able to see that? The spoon trick.
A little bit, yeah.
La, la, la.
Little bit. Little bit.
So now this gets into the meat of the show. And this is courtesy of our buddy Bobo on Fox Sports Radio.
I'm Bobo.
Which is the weakest name, I think. Because it means like dumbass.
I don't know why he would
And
do
he's
that.
a cool brother from another mother. And I said that to him. He was like offended by it. I said, Bobo. I said, that means dumbass.
Yeah, it's sort of like, yo, you're a Bobo. Yeah. And I was like, he
"What?
never
Why
heard
would you
it.
say that? I'm like, you live in LA. No one's ever told you that?
It's almost like if your nickname was Ass Klein and you're like, wow, Ass Klein, does that have a negative connotation?
I mean, it sounds like a radio name, right? Because radio's very sticky and that's the guy, Bobo.
Oh,
But
Bobo.
you would assume that Bobo's like, hey guys,
Bobo.
or, willing to do some stupid shit. He's not that at all.
No, if
He's
anything,
like a
the
sneakerhead
opposite.
who hits the gym. He's like a cool dude. Like, there's nothing Bobo about this guy. Right. It doesn't fit. He needs a better radio name. But he's a cool dude. Glad he's part of the team. It's fun to work with. Bobo said, yo, man, you see that story? And I'm like, nope. And that's the beauty of having different friends, too, because this was on Bobo's radar.
Yeah.
Not on mine. Tell me about it. And he goes, all right, what would you do? He said, what would you do if you're just dating a girl or whatever, and you took her out for her birthday, and she brought like 18 friends?
What?
You know, like 18 friends?
Come on.
I don't know. He goes, because there's this viral video going around. And you know what? Before I tell you the story, let's just watch it. And that's basically the setup, okay? So again, a guy, I don't think we know how long they've been together. I don't think that long, because he would have known,
Of course.
what's about to ensue. So this guy takes this girl out, trifling, for her birthday, and she brings all of her friends, and she has an expectation. Want to know how you would deal with this trifling situation? And is there an etiquette involved?
Okay.
Okay? Or
Let's
is there
see it.
only one answer? Is there another angle to this that I'm not seeing? I don't know. But what would you do? What would you do?
John Quinones style, City High style. What would you do if this happened? Take a look. Take a listen.
It's your birthday, cool, but I'm not doing that. It's 18.
Why do G gotta pay for all y'all food though?
You brought 18 friends. I'm finna leave you. You staying here with them or you coming with me? You, are you?
Woo, bro!
Like, you really just should have paid for all of our food.
For one, I'm not paying for everybody's food. It's your birthday, cool, but I'm not doing that. It's 18.
Why do G gotta pay for all y'all food though?
We got the gist, right? He's saying,
World star.
why do I got to pay for all of your friends? There's 18 of them. And she's like, I don't want to be with some broke dude. You know, she's clearly saying, what, you're not baller enough? I'm here to be with a baller. You can't pay for my friends? Now, I think it's a wonderful gesture if you take your friends out, your girlfriend out for dinner, and you cover the whole thing if it's like 4 or 5 people, right? Like, that's a nice move. Not necessarily a mandatory move, but a nice move.
Bro,
18 friends.
It's-
Some
this
girls
is-
expecting you to pay.
this is
I think
insane.
that's insanity. Or are you just not baller enough?
no, I think my answer is obvious, and my answer is the right answer. If you're dating someone, or if it's your wife, and you say,
To
let's
me-
have a birthday get together,
Yeah.
if it's a party of like 2 or 3 couples even, or hey, you're bringing like 2 or 3 of your girlfriends out, even if I go out to dinner or lunch with Sarah, now my wife, and it's like me, her, let's say we're in Texas, and she's like, let's go get lunch with Julie or something, and it's me, Sarah, and Julie. I'm paying. I'm not going to be like, hey, Julie, it'll be $30. If you're with your wife and her friend or someone, be a gentleman, fucking pay.
Yeah, there's always those
19,
gentlemanly
18?
moments.
What?
Right.
No.
It's ridiculous. They're probably drinking.
Bro.
Right? To me, this is the birthday girl clearly taking advantage of this
Come
guy.
on.
And it happens all the time.
Let's say if it's $50 a person, that's a $900 bill. That's a $900 bill if they're $50 a person.
You think it's $50 a person?
No, but I'm saying let's say it's
no
more.
booze,
It's
no
all-
appetizers. You think these girls know what they're doing? They're like, we're not paying for this.
It's trash behavior to expect this.
That's the expectation that a lot of women have, unfortunately.
He called him a broke N-word because he didn't want to pay for 18 people. I immediately would be like,
This makes me think of 2
oh,
stories.
it would be the greatest thing because you would know it's, you know what? It's probably the best $1,000 the guy ever spent. He realized I don't need to waste time on this trifling ho no mo.
Yeah, and then she's gaslighting him, making him feel like inferior. Like, what? I'm not baller enough? I'm just using my brain right now. This is not cool. Taking advantage of me. It's not right. It's not right, as Kevin Meaney would say. It's not right.
Gabe is saying, like, what type of scenario is this? I'll tell you the scenario. The scenario is they're probably, I would imagine, newer dating. And she's like, yeah, we're all going out for my birthday, which is a normal thing.
He might be a flashy dude.
Yeah. And
Even still.
all go out for my birthday might be, all right, we're going to, I don't know, restaurant. Oh my God. Yeah, party of 20 people. Big table. Bill comes. And she's like,
hot women.
Here's my boyfriend.
And party girls like that are so used to getting a lot of things for free. I'm not saying that women can't pay their own way. I'm not saying that women can't afford these things. But think of what we've conditioned them to think, that we've got it. We're going to pay for it. You're hot. Thanks for being here. I got it. And you're trying to make the gesture, trying to make an impact. You're trying to be a nice guy. And that's just taking advantage at that point.
Well,
and that's sad,
you
man.
You could say it sounds sexist, but I'm telling you, none of these girls, for the most part, maybe a very small percentage are paying their own way to swim in a cenote in Mexico.
Makes me think of a few stories. I think it's clear that this woman's taking advantage of this guy. Clear. There's an old Mexican saying, my mom says.
Oh. Eso sí que es. It is what it is.
Show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. We say that often. I don't know it in Spanish. But I'm sure my mom says it all the time. I say, show me your algorithm and I'll tell you who you are. I say, show me your porn search history. I'll tell you who you are.
Show me. What is show? How do you say? What's the verb for see in Spanish, Spot? To see.
Now, it makes me think of two stories.
Story
number one.
Amigos,
Story number one is from way back on a Wednesday where it's a classic story, and I'm not going to get all into character. I don't do that anymore. Today's sensitive world took me out of character. Everyone's a little bitch-ass baby, so I don't do voices. I don't do accents. I just tell good stories, and now you have to use your imagination.
You did it to yourself.
Yeah, you get what you deserve. Reap what you sow. No more accents. No more fun voices.
Look what you did.
But I went out to dinner with my girlfriend at the time and her sister and her sister's boyfriend. Now, I was a young man on my come up, just on my hustle, and her sister's boyfriend was an older fella, like much older than us, came from money, don't even know what he did, just had money.
Import, export?
Yeah. And his name was Umberto.
It wasn't Art Vandelay.
So anyway, dude, I'm telling you, even from my adult perspective now,
What's the import?
they took us to
Potato chips.
a restaurant in New York City, and we were taking her brother and his girlfriend out to dinner for his birthday. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of us now, right? So we're all taking the brother out for a birthday dinner. But dude, when I get to this place, I had no say on where we were going. Umberto picked it out because he lived in Manhattan. So we went into Manhattan for dinner. Umberto picked it out. And I remember looking around like, this is a very lavish place. Even from my, again, adult perspective, I'm like, where the hell was I?
Well,
it was like old Manhattan opulence.
Take yourself as 20-something-year-old Steve.
Yeah.
You were probably with someone that's your age now. So imagine if you were to go out.
Much older.
No, but I'm saying imagine.
He's wearing Italian shoes with no socks.
Fair enough. But
gray hair.
But let's be realistic. She wasn't dating a 60-year-old. So the guy was probably 4. If the guy was
probably around me.
Probably younger.
Yeah.
If they were in their 20s, do you think she was dating someone?
Umberto looked like he was in his late 40s.
But your perception was different then.
Yeah,
Umberto.
I remember what he looked like.
But Umberto. That would be like you right now.
He's
with money. That would be like you right now with money, inviting out like a 20-year-old up-and-comer to dinner on like a double date.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't
this
a double.
move.
It wasn't a double date.
It was there was extra people.
It was 3.
But just put in perspective, that would be like you now take like a 20-year-old, like some entry-level up-and-comer.
Like Mikey or somebody,
Yeah.
my pal Mikey. Again, who had no say on this decision. I was just there for the fun. All of a sudden, I'm splitting the bill with Umberto. I'm like, Umberto's worth millions. He has a high rise
import
in Manhattan,
export business,
right? He's a rich Italian guy wearing a scarf right now. I'm like a young man, and all of a sudden, it's like almost like a $2,000 bill or something, and we split it because we're treating for the birthday, and now I'm paying on behalf of what this guy chose to do. I thought that was, at the time, a little much to ask for me when I was just there to like celebrate this dude. I didn't know I was paying for everybody. I didn't pick this restaurant. If it was
There's
up to me,
rules, Steven.
we would have went to Chili's.
There's rules, Steve. Covino.
Well, I thought that was a little disrespectful of me.
You just sprung for the baby back wings?
I wasn't in the tax bracket of Umberto at the time,
Ribs.
but I was expected to split the bill with him because I was the second guy at the table treating the birthday boy.
I think
That was a lot of money for me at the
there's
time.
Rules in situations like this.
I had to. It would have been a bad look if I didn't.
I know, but this applies to concerts and games as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go to, let's say you want to go to the Yankees game or go see the Foo Fighters.
September 27th, Kia Forum.
I know that Steve Covino,
The higher the socks, the downer the foo.
I know that Steve Covino does not want to sit in the nosebleed section. But let's say the person you're going with sort of low on funds. I would say you get the really good seats, and then you as like the guy with a little more, cashish cheddar, little cheddar. When you think that's the right move, be like, all right, throw me $50. You tell them to Venmo you something less than the cost of the ticket.
Cheddar makes it better.
Because if I were to go,
did that guy agree on it? You know what I mean? Or did you take liberties to splurge? If you took the liberties to splurge, it's not on the other people now. It's kind of like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Or you should have at least told me or something.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was, again, I did what I had to do. I did the right thing. I wasn't going to put myself in an inferior scenario or situation with Umberto. But such as Umberto. And the guy, he was reading poetry at the dinner. He's a fucking jerk off. Anyway.
Was he?
Yeah.
Really?
Anyway.
I mean, is he around now?
Yeah. Am I around now? No.
That's true.
Then when I was single, which was a wild year to look back on, I was single for a year. And I've told this story before. I didn't have many stories, but there was one time this girl was totally playing me on, what did your wife call it again? Dating for dinner. But she was going top shelf on every drink she ordered, bro. And it was so blatant, like she was a pro at it. Like I knew it wasn't her first time at the rodeo because she was calling like the top shelf brands and she wanted this and it was very specific.
I love the
And I'm
Johnny
thinking-
Walker Blue.
Yeah, and I'm like Dave Chappelle in Half Baked where I'm like cha-ching, cha-ching. I'm counting it all up and I'm like, yo, this girl got at least $300 worth of drinks.
Damn.
I wanted tequila, but what is your amount of tequila?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like totally taking advantage of it.
whatever's above that.
And I'm like, yo, for real, B? She's scamming me right now. Trifling.
Is that the same girl that got mad that you were slurping down your drinks to the last drop?
No.
Oh.
Another mamita. Another girl.
Mamitas seem to be a little troublesome.
She was top shelfing me, bro. She was like playing me out. And I'm like, yeah, man. I mean, you're thinking like, I better see some action out of this. But
Did you?
no, not really. You know, I had
disappointing.
I ended up having a good time. But I knew for a fact that she was upselling me. You know, she was upselling me like she worked there.
Ooh.
You know how when you know you're getting the upsell? Like, hey, you sure you don't want any trinkets to go along with your thing? And you're like, I don't need the upsell. Chill out. I know you're trying to sell me.
Not to.
She was
sound
upselling me on everything.
crass or rude.
Yeah.
But if you're shelling out some top dollar, you expect a little something at the end of the night.
A little strange, bro. I always thought cheddar made it better.
I'm not saying like if it doesn't happen, you should like demand it, but it should be implied.
What type of man are you?
It should be implied.
Yeah,
You think if a young woman gets dinner, she should have to touch a guy's penis?
cheddar makes it better, bro.
What type
Something.
of guy are you, Smell?
At least a heavy makeout. Did you have a heavy makeout sesh?
I mean, again, I was like way out in
cop a
Orange
titty?
County somewhere, so I'm in my car. I was in the office.
Did you cop a boob?
What am I really doing in the office?
Little something. Little.
Anyway,
I don't know. You've had some good times in your car. Didn't you have a good time in your car once and someone knocked on the window of the car
I'm
walking
saying,
by?
once. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah, bro.
Like,
Come on, bro.
I'm not saying like you need to get your DS, but I'm just saying like heavy makeout. Like a little.
And by the way, what's the coincidence of someone walking by in those 2 minutes?
It's nice.
I remember some brother man gave me a thumbs up. I was like, yeah. I was like, yo.
He's like,
Yeah, like, yeah. I can picture it. Yeah, like, yo, what's up? Anyway,
he forgot his phone in the car. He walked like you started as he walked there, and then you were done as he was walking back.
But that's trifling behavior, and you're put in a situation as a man to sort of step up, and it's unfair because you don't want to feel inferior. You don't want to feel like you can't afford it. You want to feel like a little bitch boy that you're not baller enough. So what was I going to say to that woman in that moment? Like, hey, whoa, slow down. You can't have a regular,
Yeah, but you know what you learned in that scenario though? What a lot of people learn in the dating world? Like, this person's not for me. If this is how they roll, then
You know what I'd love to hear about?
we don't have the same vibe.
So is this when were you on dating apps?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you met these people, right?
Mm-hmm.
What sort of dialogue did you have ahead of time? Like, was there an assumption of like, hey, or were you looking to actually like find a
No, but two, maybe the
for long
assumption
term?
maybe the assumption is this dude's got money. He has a nice car. He looks like
did you put the
he's
Civic on
in
the
the
app?
business. No, this is my BMW days, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, bro. I used to be somebody.
you're like leaning on the hood of the Civic.
Yeah.
Covino's profile.
No, I'm just saying, it goes back to the trifling situation with this woman who taken advantage of. And it puts that guy in a really inferior situation because some other guy might be able to do that with no problem. But it shouldn't be expected. She was taking advantage.
I feel you.
I don't see it any other way.
Can't go on a date and you can't go on a date and expect a guy to pay for you and all of your friends. However, I want to make it
You
more
mentioned the gentlemanly
I want to
thing.
make it more realistic though.
Yeah.
More realistic is you're single. Yo, where you at? I'm at the bar with like two of my girlfriends. All right, I'll meet you there. Where is it? It's in Midtown. All right, I'll be right there. You go meet up with her. And she's with a couple of her friends. I think that is when you have to bite the bullet and be like, all right, ladies, you want a drink? All right, what do you want? What do you want? All right, I'm buying a round for like 4 people because you walked into the scenario where she was with her girlfriends and you want to look like the man.
Yeah,
but
depends
I
on
don't
how
think
hot she
I don't
is.
think 18 people for a dinner is one thing. But I think we've all been in a scenario where there's a cute girl or a girl you're sort of talking to and she's like, I'm at the bar with my friends. You go there and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get a drink. What do you want? Do your friends want something?
I have a question.
We've all been there. You can't dip out of that one.
On your date scenario, was this all before dinner? Or was this like throughout the night?
Because throughout the
We didn't
dinner,
have dinner.
Oh, so this
so
was just drinks?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have cut that shit off after 2
Yeah.
drinks. I've been like, all right, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I would have cut that shit off.
But then you're drinking too, and she's getting hotter as you drink.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and you're hoping like, oh, if I buy enough.
yeah, her nose got smaller.
Yeah.
Oh,
Her
yeah.
titties got bigger.
Oh, her waist
Nose
got,
small, yeah.
it's got tinier.
Her
yeah.
teeth got straight.
Oh, her ass got fat.
Her Adam's
wow,
apple
that's weird.
started to disappear after a while.
Her voice got higher.
Why is she wearing
it's
a
weird.
choker?
It's weird.
Is she trying to hide something there?
But no, it's
Her
Yeah,
mustache went away.
the bulge got smaller.
The 5 o'clock shadow started to get lighter.
interesting.
I was like, It's a weird time in my life, man, to say the least. But, and then the funny story was my bank statements were still going to my house.
Oh,
So my ex was seeing my bank statements, like knowing how much money I was spending on these trifling hoes.
Please tell the phrase because I think it's hilarious.
My ex keep telling me to go hang with my buddy Javier. And I was like, who
the fuck's Javier?
I didn't get
I
it.
don't know
but
fucking Javier.
I didn't
Who
pay
the
much
fuck
mind
is-
to it. I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
you, motherfucker.
Why don't you go hang with Javier?
Yeah,
And
why
you're
didn't
like,
you tell Javier? I'm like, Javier.
Who the fuck is Javier?
And then I realized,
Turbo or Octane?
then I realized like months later, oh, Javier. She's getting my bank. I was going to Javier's.
ex, yeah.
And she kept seeing my bank statements that I was like 300 a pop, 400, 600 a pop.
At the restaurant Javier's because you were going out with trifling ho.
Yeah, I was like, oh, she's my bank. Oh, that's a bad one. That's a bad look. So yeah, Javier's the restaurant, which is a pricey Mexican restaurant.
Go have fun with Javier. Why don't you?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Javier? What is she
Fuck
talking
you, Javier.
about?
I don't even know what it is.
First of all, we're divorced. Second of all, Javier.
True story. I'm sticking to it. Way back
Man.
on a Wednesday, but
That is a good question. By
the expectation of certain types of women,
you're the first guy.
and it's unfortunate. And I'm look, guys are I'm sure guilty of other things too. This isn't. Let's point out how trifling women are. There's a specific type of woman and a very specific situation.
You love to be the type of guy that's like, well, let's learn something here. So what's the lesson to be learned? If you're going out for drinks with a girl and she's like, yeah, I'm with like a friend or so, you might have to buy a round of drinks or something here or there. But there's no expectation to pay for a $20 dinner, a 20-person dinner.
The accountability on my side was, hey, maybe I'm leading with the wrong impression, right?
Maybe if I'm making it seem like I'm fucking materialistic and baller, she's just ordering drinks because she thinks that's me.
Yeah, right. So that's number one. Number two, Spot said it. I could have put a stop to that and been like, whoa, chill. I didn't, right? And then I guess the lesson learned is, unless you're that type of opulent sort of person where money's not an object,
I can't.
Then maybe that's just not the type of person for you.
I gotta be real for a second because I think we're forgetting a big factor here. Spot, big factor. I'm just saying big factor we're all forgetting in this whole scenario.
How hot was the girl?
I was like this, and Humberto wasn't even laughing.
Yeah, while you're having your $40 cocktail, take a look at this. I don't get it. Oh, man. And she doesn't even like my spoon trick.
Man, it looks like he's washing his junk.
Yeah, looks like
Humberto continued with his poetry.
So I think the thing we're forgetting.
Did you do the Paul Rudd photo?
And don't, ass cheeks in the background, Paul Rudd style. To sum this up, when you're single and you're on dating apps, now we're talking about it from an outside perspective. Some girl that's like hot in her photos with a nice ass and all this is like, let's go out for dinner. You're blinded by the moment of ass. So when every guy's like, well, why would you go to a nice restaurant? Why would you spend this? Why would you do that? Because when guys are in the moment and that moment is like asses on your mind, don't forget, if you're married or you're in a relationship, don't forget how your wiener did so much of your talking and decision making. If some girl was like, yeah, I'm getting ready, and she like sends you a selfie and she's all fucking done up and her boobs are pushed together and she's looking
all
hot.
glistening.
And she's like, I'm just glistening my legs and making sure my pussy's perfect. What? No. So if this girl's getting all ready and she's like, yeah, I drive 2 hours and spend a lot of money on dinner, your penis is like, yeah, sure, whatever. So guys set themselves up for these scenarios too because they're so anxious for the booty.
Accountability, right?
Yeah, come on.
Accountability.
And you know what you want?
I got played. I said I got scammed.
And don't sound like it's always the girl, because in an attempt to be like, I'm gonna show her who's the man, you could very well be the guy that's like, where do you want to meet? Anywhere is good for me. And you might be the idiot that's like, let's go to Mastro's, because you're trying to impress.
Exactly. Well, I said that. You're being with the wrong impressions.
Like if you're like, hey, let's go to like a little cool little.
Well, maybe your intentions are nice too, though, right? Like you are just trying to show off a beautiful woman.
Show off.
You're trying to show a beautiful woman a good time.
Yeah, but then when she drinks $40 drinks, you can't get mad if you're the one that's like, let's go to Mastro's. Let's go to. Where do you want to go?
That doesn't mean you got to take advantage, bro.
Are you in the mood for sushi? And you're like, and then if you're the guy that's like,
if someone
why don't we go to Nobu? You can't get mad.
You out to dinner.
Yeah, but
right? You're going to fucking go top shelf, spending everyone's money like it's no big deal?
I'll never forget. Remember you told me there's a girl that I clicked with many years ago. Many years ago. And we bonded over food. And you insisted that I take her somewhere casual to not send the wrong signal.
You know what, Spot? I stand by that. You could say I steered you wrong. Spot went on a date. It was like a first date, but not a date. More of like a let's meet up. And I said, Spot,
we both worked.
You both worked in Midtown. I said there used to be a bar we would go to. It was like a cool little bar pub,
an Irish pub,
like an Irish pub. I said, go meet her for a drink.
Pig and Whistle.
Yeah, go meet her for a drink.
I love the Pig and Whistle.
Go meet her for a drink at the Pig and Whistle. And apparently this girl came.
I missed that place.
That girl came out of that date with Spot, and she's like, "Yeah, can you believe he had me meet him for a drink at the Pig and Whistle?" And I'm like, if she's too good for the Pig and Whistle, then you dodged a bullet, Spot. You don't think he dodged a bullet of that girl?
You're like Keanu in Matrix.
It was a bit of a fail. It's like a step above taking her to the Olive Garden for Italian food,
dude.
But it is, yes, it is. First, like I said, you're trying to make a nice impression. You don't expect to get taken advantage of.
I learned a lesson.
Sarah and I, our first date, we went to a burger spot in Hoboken.
Yeah, but it was like
I've gone on dates to nice places, but what I'm saying is,
didn't you also eat like half her burger too?
Yeah, and I fucking picked off her plate.
She's like, I wasn't done.
Rear burger.
Yeah, bro.
That was dessert. You went to
gross.
I
did once take a first date to Dave & Buster's. Chris Frey.
That's sort of like
and
fun in a way.
It was fun,
dude. I don't know.
So fun.
If you want to just get some ask from a pretentious girl, yeah, sometimes you have to play the part and be like, yo, let's go to the sassy. You might have to go to the sassy spot, internally roll your eyes and be like, this place blows, but she likes this type of stuff. All right, I just want to get some booty. But if it's a girl and you're actually on a date and meeting for a cocktail at an Irish pub in Manhattan is too lowbrow for her, then Spot, you would have been wasting money and time on this woman. I think you dodged a bullet.
I think for the first meeting, I could have stepped it up a little bit, Rich.
And don't walk. Be like, let's go to Del Frisco's. You're a guy that goes on a first date.
Like, there's just like a little bit of a sassier like drink spot or like a sassier like tapas place.
I hear you, but
the Pig and Whistle was a shit bag of a place. That's where we went after work to fucking decompress.
Nice little loungy spot.
It was honestly, it was the equivalent of taking her to McLaren's on
How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother for a nice date.
I don't
No,
know.
loungies.
Yeah, loungies.
Loungies were the
All
spot.
right. I mean, I'm just saying.
Little Mojo playing in the background.
I'm not one to test girls. But if she said like, "Hey, next time let's go to like a sassy place," I'd say, "Oh, that's cool." If she's like, let's next time go to a lounge. But the fact that she met you for a drink at the Pig and Whistle and immediately assess like, if this guy goes to the Pig and Whistle, he's not from me, then she's the type of girl that's too cool to meet up for a cocktail at an Irish pub. Get the fuck out of here.
We've conditioned a lot of people, and maybe vice versa, I don't know, to have a specific sort of expectation. And
if I'm with my wife,
people are going to make note of that. You're not taking a first date that you're trying to impress.
I know.
To an equivalent of an Olive Garden for first date. No one's saying they're too good for that.
I've done plenty of impressing with my wife over the years, but my favorite quality about Sarah, other than the fact that she's a great mom and I love her, everything about her, the fact that she's very simple with things like this and is not pretentious. Like if we're like we're going on our road trip, right? We're going from here to Texas and then we're going to New York. We're driving 2 days, stopping in Scottsdale to see our buddy Nico. I'll do some cool behind the velvet ropes on the road. We'll have a lot of fun.
Don't overpromise.
No, I'm not overpromising. That's a great time to do behind the velvet ropes on the road. I'll do a little thing with Nico. It'll be fun. And when we're on the road and we're stopping at a hotel, Sarah's like, yeah, it's like whatever works. If it's reasonable, like we're not staying at the fucking Motel 6, but you know, I'm sure we've dated girls that are like, can we find like a nicer place? I think you need to find a girl that's reasonable. And if a girl's too good for the Pig and Whistle, out.
But in the same breath, there's nothing wrong with trying to impress somebody.
Oh, agreed. But I think,
it's a matter of them taking advantage of it. That's what you keep, leaving out of this. What's wrong with wanting to do nice things? Nothing. It's a matter of that person having an expectation and taking advantage of it.
Because I think here's the best thing I think.
Because you wouldn't do that.
The best thing
if someone wanted to take you to a nice place, you say, wow, this is nice. Would you take advantage of it? No.
But I think the best type of thing, the best person to end up with is two people that grew up very middle class and then do nice things together, but not be too good to do those things you did growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like if your girl's too good to be like, hey, let's stop at a shitty hotel for the night on our road trip and get a fucking shitty greasy burger for dinner at that little diner. If she's like, ooh, like, is that the person you want to spend your life with? I can't deal with that pretentious, like, I only do high-end shit type of girl.
Crisscross in the right direction on a misconnection. Ba-da-da-da, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da. Thanks for your feedback, everybody. You have a phone call spot?
Yeah, who we got?
I think is it Jamie in Boston?
Yo, Jamie in Boston?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, brother? Good to hear your voice.
Yo.
How you doing?
Say what's up to my girl.
I got a funny story about this.
Oh, let's hear
I had the same thing. When I was single, I was going on, online dating and stuff, and then I ended up going out with this one girl. Every time I met her, I'd meet at she'd go to some high-end lounge. So we'd go, meet over here, go there, and I remember she ordered, I get the bill. She ordered some fishbowl with champagne in it. It was like $180. And I was trying to get it in, so I was just like, whatever, and I would pay it. And we'd always end up at these places, and I'm like, man, this sucks. So one day she was like, oh, it's my birthday, come on out. So I meet her at this lounge, and there's like 10, 12 people at the table. And, I'm hanging out, and she's like, oh, this is, the guy I'm talking to. And slowly throughout the night, they're disappearing. And then it ends up with just like me, her, and her friend. And then out of nowhere, somebody comes over and hands me a bill for $800.
Oh, man, that's weird.
And I got stuck with it.
I feel bad. You know why I feel bad?
I feel because Jamie's a good dude.
No, and I'm getting more mature, believe it or not. And I think from a parental perspective, I really do. Like, that's Jamie, someone's kid. You want to see your kid getting taken advantage of that way? You want to see someone take advantage of Ben that way in the future? It's fucked up. But on the flip side, you never want to teach your daughter to be this type of trifling hoe. Poor Jamie. But did you get it in, Jamie?
Yeah,
Jamie,
did you get it in?
Yeah, but that was the last time.
My God.
I mean, I don't feel too bad for Jamie because I feel like Jamie's got a lot of hot girls in his life. He's got a beautiful wife now. He's got a kid.
He's got that
He's got a
BDE,
beautiful
bro.
pool. He just redid his whole house. I'm not feeling too bad for Jamie, but
yes.
it just shows that even the best of us have gotten tricked.
Yeah.
We've all been tricked. I've
He
been
recovered.
tricked, man. If you don't think I've ever gone out with
Thanks,
a girl.
Jamie.
If you don't think I've ever gone out with a girl, spent a couple $100 on drinks or appetizers at some stupid spot, and she's like, all right, bye.
Street trends metal art.
I told you the worst story because he's passive aggressive and he's aggressive. That story my buddy Matt told that we all said, yeah, he's a psycho, but you're friends with him too.
Where he needs some guy in the balls?
No.
Oh.
Matt, some girl suckered him into like multiple rounds of drinks for her and all her friends. Was like leading him on, and the minute he paid for like the next round, she was like, all right, bye. And like just totally dissed him. And remember later on, he saw her at the bar and her hat was on the bar. So he took her hat, poured a drink in it, and left. Remember that terrible, like aggressive story?
It's kind of rude.
It's kind of rude. I told him he was a psychopath.
It's kind of rude.
I told him he was a psychopath.
He also needs some guy in the balls recently.
Yeah,
He's a nice guy. He
Did you
has
say
bad stories.
He needs balls?
He needs balls.
Yes.
So
needs them.
that's
Like really
according
needs
to World Star. That's according to our buddy Bobo. Beware of trifling people. This isn't a sexist conversation. Trifling people. But again, are you leading with that? And is that why you're getting it? Ask yourself that question.
Trifling. I have a question.
And
you and I are both headed to the East Coast over the next week or so.
Yeah.
Is any food on your mind in particular? Because you were just back recently.
Johnny Napkins.
Johnny Napkins?
I would
Some
made
pizza?
not even a 48-hour trip.
Ready for
I didn't get to do anything my last trip. I went there for my Uncle Joe's retirement party.
Get a good bagel?
That was it. And the only reason I'm going now is very last minute. It's because my sister Dawn, remember I was thinking about going in August around my birthday time because my sister Dawn was going to be there. It was my Uncle Tommy's birthday party.
I just got very nervous, by the way, because I was like, oh, did he not? Like, for a minute, I was like, oh, does his family not know he's going? I got nervous for a second. I was like, oh, no.
No, they know.
Okay.
My sister Dawn couldn't get off in August. So she got a last minute trip to come now.
From Germany.
Oh. Yeah. So I'm like, well, fuck, I don't know. She's pregnant. I don't know when I'm going to see her next. She hasn't seen my daughter in 3 years.
Jesus.
Shit. And tickets were crazy expensive because it was last minute. So I'm heading back and I'll get some Johnny Napkins, I'll get some pizza. I'll do Olive Garden with the family. I don't care about that shit.
Yeah.
But nothing specific other than, I'd love a Taylor ham sandwich and some pizza, and that's about it. And my mom's home cooking. My mom makes Hawaiian chicken. Steven loves Hawaiian chicken.
Hawaiian chicken.
I'd love some of that.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. My mom makes a great London broil. Steven loves London broil. But you know what I haven't had in forever? Mom's chicken cutlets.
Oh, you should do
Mom's
that.
chicken cutlets are next level. Oh. Right?
You know, Sarah made chicken cutlets for the first time ever in our marriage recently.
Are they like Mom's chicken cutlets now?
I mean, they're pretty comparable. She did the... You know what? Because usually when Sarah cooks chicken, she'll do chicken thighs, which is her favorite. I like chicken thighs, but that's her favorite. They're fantastic. I was never a chicken thigh guy. I'm more of like a chicken breast, chicken strip type of guy.
To me, thighs were always like on the bone, and it always threw me off. When you get boneless chicken thighs,
boneless chicken thighs are Sarah's favorites.
Oh my God!
Just in the frying pan with a little oil.
So
Sarah,
good. You
Guess
gotta
why?
grill 'em.
Why?
Chicken thigh.
So
guess what?
Chicken butt.
Guess who? Chicken poo.
Ooh, yeah, chicken thighs are Sarah's favorite. But she made the other day. I was like, what'd you do? She did the old school chicken cutlet, dip an egg in the breadcrumb. And I was like, yo, I feel like I lived on. I feel like I grew up on chicken cutlets, and they were my favorite. I don't have chicken cutlets enough.
That's what honestly, breaded and fried chicken cutlets, or chicken Milanese, as it's known.
Yeah, but I mean, they can't be good for you, but they're so fucking delicious.
It was the fucking cornerstone of my childhood.
Cornerstone,
especially turning it into chicken parm.
Hey, Spot, I know it might be one of these dumb statements that everyone's like, no, Rich. But I really feel like I think that's an East Coast staple because Sarah's like, no, not chicken cutlets. Like maybe like just that was such a mom East Coast chicken parm, chicken cutlet thing. Because Sarah's like, no, we never really did that. I'm like, really? Chicken cutlets were like a once or twice a week deal.
Breaded chicken cutlets.
Shake and bake pork chops.
Yeah.
You know what my mom mentioned the other day? By the way, I'm talking to my mom again.
Not a big shake.
Update. I'm talking to my mom again.
Her pants are on fire because she said she was going to never talk to you again.
I know. I talked to my sister and cleared it up. Sarah's a fucking angel. She cleared it up with my sister. The whole disagreement about driving the baby to my dad's. If you missed that story, and my mom got involved, and she said she would never talk to me again. So we talked yesterday. So that's again.
So she lied.
Yeah, and she said, I was like, what are you eating for dinner? Because my mom's like, I'm eating. What are you eating? My mom still gets those Celentano little circle ravioli. I was like, Mom, you've been getting those since the 80s. They still make those? Spot, can you get Google image Celentano?
Yeah.
But the mini circle frozen ravioli? I was like, she's like, I have it like once a week. I'm like, is your diet, do you have the same 5 meals we had in 87? Shake and bake pork chops, chicken cutlets, Celentano ravioli with fish sticks. What else? Pizza night? Shake and bake. I think we all grew up on shake and bake.
I didn't have shake and bake as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like we just...
yeah, they still make them. Look, yeah, Celentano. Do you remember these, Steve, or no?
Of course.
Celentano. Mini round ravioli.
Yeah, we were in a shake... I feel like my mom constructed shake and bake from scratch.
Oh, that's good.
Or she just used... Because we always got the Italian breadcrumps. So the Italian seasoned breadcrumbs.
Pork chops with apple sauce.
Who made that blue
apple
canister?
cinnamon?
Is that Progresso?
The Progresso or 4C.
Yeah.
Or 4C.
Yeah.
They were the state or Progresso or they were like three staples of breadcrumbs. It was 4C.
The Progresso. Yeah, in the little the paper cylinder.
Yeah.
That shit was good.
Lived off that shit.
Shake and bake.
Well, I had one last thing.
Oh, TV dinners.
I don't want to like geek out on food because I'm getting hungry now.
TV dinner with the little. Did you love the apple crisp dessert or the little brownie?
The hard
and then Kelowna
brownie.
was also another brand that I always used to get.
Of breadcrumbs?
Breadcrumbs, Italian style breadcrumbs.
4C, that was a good one.
4C was a staple.
What was it? Could I see a picture of 4C? Let me bring it back to my childhood.
Black and white.
Sloppy Joe's. Mark, yes, I'm with you. Sloppy Joe's were in rotation.
Manwich.
Little manwich, and Mom would put the chopped meat in. Chicken cutlets, manwich, shake and bake, chicken cutlets. These are the meals.
I saw this stupid meme the other day while Spot pulls up a picture of 4C breadcrumbs.
4C. Oh, totally. Okay, yeah, no doubt. Okay, now I remember it. All right. For a minute, I couldn't picture it.
4C breadcrumbs.
I am the league leader of... You remember how I discussed that I was mad I didn't come up with the... Or even see the Paul Rudd ass photo? Well, I had the same sort of thought with this. I'm like, I can't believe a guy who lives on wordplay and lives in that world of picking up on the stupid where people overlook it.
Yeah, you love the dumb wordplay. It's sort of what Steve Covino is all about.
I've always been.
Yeah.
I think it goes as far back as being a kid in the 80s and seeing Don Baylor on the Yankees. And my dad would be like, yeah, let's bail. I'd be like Don Baylor?
That was your first run?
It might have been.
Let's bail. Like Don.
Yeah, I'm bailing from this joint. Like Don Baylor did? I would think it. I don't know if my dad knew who Don Baylor was. But I'm also feeling like, I can't believe I never put this wordplay together. There was a meme on wordplay that I never really thought about.
And you're mad at yourself.
And I'm mad at myself. Like, how did I not recognize this? This type of thinking is in my wheelhouse, and I never even thought of it, so therefore I'm amazed. I saw a meme, and it says, all the different types of shit in the world, okay?
Okay.
And how we use them in the English language.
Okay, perfect.
Dog shit. That's dog shit. It's very poor quality.
Oh,
Dog shit. Very poor quality.
No doubt. Yeah.
You know, look at it. Did you hear that show that was on before our show the other day on Fox? Dog shit. Very poor quality. I'm just making that up. I don't even know who was on before us.
That's bullshit.
Bullshit. Not true. Bullshit means not true.
This seems like a George Carlin bit that he never did.
It does, right?
Right?
Or maybe he did.
Maybe he did.
I don't know, but
You
I
guys
never,
know the different types of shits, right?
Right.
Let's start with bullshit. Bullshit means not true. Like, it
what
seems
is-
like a Carlin bit.
What does that even derive from? I don't even know. Like, why bulls? And why they're shit? And why is that not true? You know, I don't know. But bullshit means bullshit.
Okay, so dog shit, low quality. Bullshit. Yeah.
Horseshit's nonsense.
Yeah, that's horseshit.
That's horseshit. Nonsense.
Yeah, you know,
Horseshit. You like
Jeter-
Covino and Rich? That's bullshit. That's horseshit.
Jeter's overrated.
Horseshit. Or bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, but horseshit does mean nonsense.
Nonsense.
That horseshit, that nonsense, it's crazy how different animals and their shit are synonyms to actual things. Ape shit.
That's when you go crazy, right? Like,
Rambunctious.
oh, yeah.
Yo, dude, we were at this party and everybody went ape shit. You know, like that's kind of interesting to me. I never thought of it this way.
And
And it's funny because
the last
you
one's
say
great
the
too.
last one, but there's more.
The last one's great. Batshit.
Insane.
That means you're crazy. Like,
Dude.
yo, she was batshit crazy.
She was batshit crazy.
Follow it up by crazy though.
Yeah, but it's batshit.
No,
So
but it's funny how this all unravels and unfurls because I had this as something I wanted to talk about, but I only thought about it because you were saying chicken and chicken. And I'm thinking chicken shit means you're a fucking
Little pussy,
little
wimp,
pussy
wimp.
boy.
Yeah,
You're a
chicken
chicken
shit.
shit. That's not even on the list. And then the end of the meme is this. The end of the meme says, "This is an excellent feature of the English language that we should have continued building upon." Like, because it's true. Like, there's plenty of other shits we could have incorporated into our.
You could think of 6 animals or creatures where their shit means a different thing.
It's pretty wild. I never thought of it.
Chicken shit's not on there.
Chicken shit's not even on there.
You know, Carlin does do a variation of this, not with the shits, but I think he
Oh,
does
it's
talk
very
about
Carlin.
how you could use.
But I'm also disappointed I never thought of it.
Doesn't he do a bit where you could use the word fuck in so many different ways? Or is
Yes.
that a different comedian?
No, it's definitely Carlin, for sure.
But that's a good one.
Yeah. Never thought. I just never thought of it. I'm like, oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't think
Every
that's,
type of shit means something. Chicken shit. That dude's chicken shit. I mean, you're the scaredy cat. And it's funny because we use dog shit, but we don't say cat shit to anything, do we? It's fucking cat shit.
Why don't you start doing it? You know how you said
Maybe
there's
it's like
you know how you
when
said-
girls pull a move like that, trifling hoe
Well,
moves.
you know,
That's fucking cat shit, bro.
what about like I mean, you talk about how there's a lot of Julios but no Junios.
Yeah.
Anytime you should say, well, there's a lot. How about cat shit? No dog shit.
Yeah, because this woman pulling
cat
some
shit.
dog shit moves.
Cat shit.
Cat shit, man. It's cat shit. But no, dog shit, horse shit, cow shit. There's no cow shit. What is cow shit? Nothing. So we could attribute that to something. I just don't know what. It's cow shit, bro.
It's actually a really interesting wordplay.
So it is, yeah.
And,
And they,
good
and they
luck.
dropped the ball on the chicken. I'm like,
Yeah.
where's chicken? The first thing I thought was, where's chicken shit?
You know, I'll be honest. They always talk about how the English language is, you know, weird and tricky for foreigners sometimes because of these type of things. Good luck telling someone that doesn't speak English, like, our animals,
Yeah.
their shit could mean a different thing.
That does.
What do you mean ape shit?
What do you mean? I'm
Ape
not
shit?
following Al ape shit.
What that? I mean,
Dog shit, horse shit, every shit.
Bullshit, horse shit. Cat shit? No, cat shit's not one of them. Okay.
But in Spanish too, there's I'm trying to think of the word. There's a word in Spanish that means like 100 different things.
Culo.
Like fuck. No, I'm the culo chulo, bro. Culo chulo right here, Steve Covino. Culito chulito, bro. So, just something I never thought of.
Yeah.
Terry Hickey says, "It's George Carlin, the 7 dirty words you can't say."
Yeah. Now,
But thank you. That was brought to you by Jordan.
Jordan.
Thank ya.
Yeah.
That was Jordan.
Thank ya. She's great. She's just chilling like a villain. Thank you.
I haven't heard much lately. I haven't heard any stories where she called you out on anything or did anything.
Yeah, I mentioned her before. Said she called me out on fucking Bachelor. Did you forget about that?
She's still doing her
She was very critical on it.
She's still doing her
Yeah.
business.
Yeah. Celebration starters. If you need anything for a party, celebration
I
starters.
could use a pinata. Did she do
Etsy.
pinatas?
If you need any sort of like survival kits for a bachelor party, bachelorette party, a little get together.
get her involved in pinatas.
Pinata parties. I'm sure she has a little survivor kit for
Pinata
people to get
parties.
whacked in the head. But she's on a dog mission. I'm like, that's dog shit.
She wants a
Very
puppy.
poor quality.
Her sister has a dog that the whole family's obsessed with.
Sounds more like horse shit to me.
I'm like,
Nonsense.
what are you
Sounds more like
batshit
nonsense to
crazy
me.
right now?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if you don't listen to her, she might go apeshit.
Yeah.
I forget the name
I
of
don't
the
know.
dog.
You getting a dog is bullshit.
But it's a very rare dog. And she's like, you don't even know. Like when you're out in public, everybody stops for this dog. I'm like, it's not your little tank top. Not that.
No.
It's the dog. Cash is so great.
I wouldn't want everyone stopping
It's
me
the
for my
dog
dog.
name.
To be honest,
the
like,
dog's name is Cash, but it's a very rare dog. And
pretentious name.
I forget the name of it.
Cash.
Yeah. But now she's like on a dog mission, so we'll see. Because I'd much rather get a dog than a cat. That's cat shit. Fuck that. So
Sounds to me like you're chicken shit.
yeah, I am.
Let's say if you want responsibility, let's have a baby.
Oh.
I'd rather have a dog, to be honest. Why can't you have both?
No, but I'm saying if you're dying for something to watch and worry about every
I mean,
day,
you can't even have
Let's
them
have
in
a
the same
kid.
conversation. It's like, how could you even compare the two?
well,
like
I'm saying
a
both
dog and-
tie you down. Both.
One's way more significant than the other.
A puppy.
Are you comparing a dog to
Yeah.
a child?
Yeah, a puppy and a kid are similar in that they will determine how often and what you could do.
Yeah, but like
Same exact thing.
one's a little bit heavier as far as like
No, but
long-term
what I'm saying
goals.
is, if you have zero responsibility, like Covino and Jordan, as far as like
get a
they could,
dog.
like Jordan could leave for Idaho tomorrow and be like, "All right, I'm going with Sophia to Mexico for 2 days."
Sorry,
she
what?
could do whatever she wants. If you have a dog,
we going to Tulum?
if you have a dog,
paying
it's
for
the
it?
same
Going on
as having a
motorboat
All right.
excursion.
Who's paying for it?
We made it to the Rock On Cantina. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Oh, what? I'm sorry. Go on.
It's not the same.
What time is it?
No, I said I mean, dude, I have
I'm
two.
reading
I
feedback.
have two kids. You morons. I'm saying whether you have a kid or a dog, the similarity is that you are tied down
That's where the similarity
either way. No, but I'm saying that's the whole point. But that's the biggest. I mean, come on, don't be naive. Right now,
I'm not.
Right now, if Jordan's like, yeah, I'm pretty free for this week. I'm gonna go to Idaho to see my family.
On the most basic level.
On the most basic level,
you're
if you have
absolutely right.
if you have a pet or a kid, you can't just leave for more than hours. You can't leave a kid alone at all. But you can't. If you have a dog, you are locked. Come on.
But like, there's more to it than that.
I
Obviously.
don't
You're
remember,
just-
Preston. I don't remember when I didn't have a
little
dog
bit-
or kids because it was over a decade ago.
It's a little
so
bit of a heavier
maybe you do. Maybe you remember
situation.
everything about me.
It's a little bit of a
Damn,
heavier
bro.
situation
Damn.
to just have a kid with someone.
I mean, they've been together 5 years. I mean, I didn't say have a kid with a stranger. I said if you want responsibility, have a kid.
What kind of dog is Cash?
It adds
Question mark.
a little bit. It adds a
Inexpensive
little bit
one.
of permanence to the situation.
Not
Rich.
even that. I mean, who cares about that? What? Who says you can't have? You can't have. You have a fucking dog and kids.
Oh no, I'm just
the
saying.
difference?
All I said
There has to be an
was-
order to it.
All I said was,
I
if
would
you
love
want
to
to have
do it. That's why-
responsibility, have a kid because
That's why
a dog is
I don't
responsibility.
get it. You have a dog and 2 kids, and you're fucking traveling the world, leaving all the time. So
point.
how's that
Not
any
true at all.
different?
The dog
Not
the dog
true.
stifles
You're
you.
fucking always out and about, dude. You
travel-
were
you
you were
tra-
all
you've
over the
traveled
place.
more in the
I'm
past
going
5
to
years
hang with Nico. I'm going to Zone. I'm going
than
to
I
Texas.
have.
I'm going here. I'm going there. You're fucking going on a world tour on the East Coast, and it's not stopping you at all. I don't get it.
That's why we don't get a dog.
A cavapoo, by the way. There you go. It's a cavapoo.
To further that point, that's why we don't get a dog.
You know what a cavapoo is?
We like the freedom of being able to just drop everything on a whim and not having
Well,
to
that's
worry about
why
if she's
Jordan
working,
always
I'm
wanted a
working, whatever.
cat. Because you could kind of dip off. The cat doesn't need
Should we
you.
get a
But I don't
communal
want a
dog?
cat. I'd rather have. If I'm gonna have any animal, I'd rather have a dog. I don't like cats.
Rich, you should do a podcast called "Have Dogs." They said.
Zush, I agree. He goes, puppies can be tougher than babies sometimes because puppies grow up and get, but puppies grow up and get
Cash
these.
the cavapoo apparently is a handful. Where the mom, it's another issue. The mom's like, Jordan, I don't know if I could have Dallas leave him here all the time because he's a handful.
That's what people want to do. They're like,
Yeah.
let me dump my. People are like, hey, can you watch my dog? Can you watch my kid?
Dallas went on vacation.
Saying it's not a puppy training a puppy and a puppy pissing on the floor and everything, like it's a lot of work. I'm not saying it's a kid, but it's like having a kid light. I'll tell you that. I think going from having a dog,
maybe that's the progression.
I think going from having a dog to having kids is an easier progression than just be like, let's have a kid. To be honest,
I agree. You're making good points.
I mean, yeah,
but you're looking at
are
it.
both called. You have a responsibility.
Yeah, you're just looking at it.
It's a progression.
Says the guy who's all over the place. He has fucking dots all over his calendar because he's traveling like a wheelbarrow. It's
color
Get out of here. This guy's fucking LeBron James traveling everywhere, talking like he's so tied down.
I haven't been on vacation
It
in like a
doesn't
year
matter,
or so.
bro.
Stick with
you got
your
your
wheelbarrow
you got your
reference.
in-laws here, watching, helping out. It's not stopping you at all. So to act like
the dog
you down.
The dog is one of the reasons why
this is called responsibility, which
a dog is a
news
major
alert I've had for 12 years.
A dog is
nothing new to me.
You have split custody, so there half the time you don't need to worry.
Bro, you're not even at the point where I was when I got split custody. Melody was 7.
Yeah, but you can't just...
Emmy's not even kindergarten yet. So I had that up till 7 years old. Full custody.
Yeah.
Now it's split custody. So you act like I don't know what it's about. It's a little annoying. And I had 2 dogs. I was the only motherfucker that took care of them.
Yeah.
You're
the only guy that did everything, which could be the reason why that didn't last, because you're the only guy doing things.
Unless, of course, the year and a half that my parents took care of them.
Oh, yeah. Didn't your parents watch your dog for a year and a half?
About that, yeah.
Yeah,
My dad probably knows to the day. It was 382 motherfucking days, motherfucker. Why your stupid fucking dog? Monkey and Mac. He's the only motherfucker. Why?
Yeah.
They
Your
stood New
dad's
Jersey for a
Your dad's thinking, this guy's saying dogs aren't responsibility. Meanwhile, he
I
dished
know
his
they're
dog to me for a year and a half.
You guys are fucking batshit right now.
Nah, bro. This whole thing is getting ape shit, bro.
I don't know.
Ape
Like
shit.
in the whole conversation,
This
is
guy's
dog shit, if you ask me.
Comparing fucking having a dog with a kid.
Yeah, which is horseshit.
Yeah, that's horseshit.
Well, it's just it's a step in. It's a major step in the direction of lockdown responsibility. That's all.
You had a dog with Kristen. You ever see that dog again? You ever see Rocky again?
I did. Yeah, years later.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. It's
Dumpy.
way different.
Dumpy.
Guess what? If I got a dog if I got a Cavapoo with Jordan and we broke up, guess what? Later, Cavapoo, I don't give a fuck. It's not even in the same fucking conversation. The only commonality is, oh, you're a little bit responsible for
What's it going to do without its foot rubs? Like you rubbing its foot to pet it.
Al B had a dog with his ex-girlfriend. He was in love with that dog. Guess what? She got the dog and life went on. It's not the same.
My brother stole a dog from a girl.
Remember Al B, how much he loved his dog? Yo, like, I think I'm in love with this dog, yo. He broke up with his girlfriend. Girlfriend had a dog. He's seen the dog a few more times. He still dreams about the dog. But they went on. He went on. You got a kid. It's much different. You're forever connected.
Kids grow up and learn. Dogs really don't learn. Your kid will eventually talk and be able to, communicate. Dogs are always sort of annoying in that they can never truly communicate with you. Dogs aren't easy. That's all. I mean, come on. Hey, Spot, I sent you a video.
Absolutely could communicate.
Yeah, but
they even hit buttons now. Like, hungry. I'm hungry. Outside.
Spot, I sent you something. I sent you a bunch of stuff. Did you see the Machine Gun Kelly meme?
By the way, you want to see what a Cavapoo looks like?
I do. I would
real
love
quick
to see
before we
that.
move on. Yeah, I'll send you a picture of Cash because honestly, here's what happened. I'm kind of thankful for this. Jordan's been dead set on a cat since I met her. Can I get a kitten? Like, no.
Kitties.
I don't want a kitty. I'm allergic.
Kitties.
Right?
Kitties.
Her sister got a Cavapoo, and everybody's taken by it, including Jordan. So now she's like, I think I want a puppy. And I'm like, sweet. Cavapoo. Because I don't want a dog.
Spot
Ever.
for the tier 2.
I mean, I don't want a
while he's
cat.
talking about it, can you Google image Cavapoo?
I just sent it.
Oh, okay.
A picture of the actual
the
cat.
actual dog.
The actual Cavapoo.
Oh, it's a cute dog. Does it get much bigger than that? Because that's a pretty cool size, it seems.
I don't know. I'm not an expert.
I mean,
I know I've asked, and they're
Hold
like,
on.
no, it just gets average size.
I'm not an expert. If this is a dog you're sizing up and looking
No.
at.
No. I'm not saying that she's getting this exact dog.
Oh, I was
I'm
gonna
just
say,
saying
like-
it got her in that.
That's Cash.
That's Cash.
Cash is
Rules everything around me, that little
Or a
dog.
girl.
Cash is a boy, I'm pretty sure.
Very cute. Still very cute.
Cavapoo.
Cute dog. Is it Ched? No. Hypoallergenic?
A little bit. No, a little bit.
Yeah,
Thus, she
sheds
said
a
it
little
did.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing. I was like Cavapoo, but now we saw it. So Cavapoo. All right, so go on.
Cavapoo this morning.
There is no going.
I thought, okay. I sent you the a machine gun Kelly meme, and I just thought this was funny because it's sort of true. The meme reads, Megan Dunn took the machine gun out of MGK and left him with just the Kelly. She's looking dynamite, and he really
She looks like
look-
Kim K there.
Yeah.
Honestly, for the first 10
look.
seconds, I thought it was Kim Kardashian.
But she looks fantastic. And he really is. Like, I guess you really got to accept the fact that there's all types of men and women that are attracted to different types of people because, like, she's smoking hot, but she's peculiar, I'm sure.
Well, you have to remember that
he's a
they're
superstar,
all-
but he's a fucking weirdo. I mean, they're all weirdos.
They're all artistes. Just household names that you remember, what they used to look like and shit, but they're still of artist blood, so they're always going to be eccentric and weird.
Just because they're cool and good looking, you can't forget that.
Right.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they're really like artsy.
He's a musician.
He's
She's an
artsy,
actress.
artsy.
And they're just exceptionally good looking. So, they have just as much right to be out there than the fucking no name that you are friends with that dresses funny.
I saw another meme that I just wanted to remind everyone.
But it is odd. I'm not saying it's not odd. It's still odd.
I
What the fuck is he wearing? I get it.
I mean, he's like,
got pink hair.
and that's like a cool fucking
sorry.
rapper rock star that hooks up with, that dates and married
that's
to
the
Machine
thing, by
Gun
the way,
Kelly,
pearl
Megan
necklaces.
Fox.
I'm sorry, there's someone else in this photo?
Pearl necklaces are a thing now.
Yeah, Sarah pointed out. You know how it's funny. Remember I told you that dating show I'm watching?
Yeah.
Every gay dude on the dating show
On
is wearing a
Bachelorette, too.
pearl necklace.
Bachelorette, his brother's wearing pearl necklaces.
Yeah.
Didn't Jacques Peterson wear one?
Did he have that pearl necklace a second ago?
It's a thing, man.
Yeah, pearl
Dudes-
necklace.
Dudes rocking the pearl necklace. I might see if my Tita has a few.
You see the meme
Sure
that said,
I'm sure
I want to
wear my Tita's pearl necklace,
By the
bro.
way, all Greg needs in this photo is a pearl necklace.
Yeah.
I said,
How could I be the culito chulito without one?
it's a meme about tacos, and it just hit me. It said, it's okay if you fall apart sometimes. Tacos fall apart all the time, and we still love them.
It's great. I
But
love
that was that meme hit me hard.
taco shit, bro.
Taco.
Taco shit. You know what that means? Like,
Let's talk about it.
like a really shitty day.
I sent you, before I get to the last couple stories I sent you, did I send you a yeah, there's an Instagram video of this guy, and I want you to tell me if you think this guy does good impressions or not.
Probably not.
What are those? I can't do them anymore because we live in a sensitive world.
This guy does different celebrities talking about Stranger Things. Have you seen this dude?
I sent them to you.
Oh,
That
Sarah
one?
sent them to me too.
Oh,
So,
no,
okay.
different guy.
Okay.
I sent you the one where the guy just does facial expressions of all the characters.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. But tell me if you think this guy is good. We'll go through it. Different celebrities talking about Stranger Things.
Stranger Things very much.
The Rock.
The kids, they remind me of Kevin Hart.
That's not funny. Don't encourage him.
What? There's another murder
Owen
in
Wilson.
Hawkins. Get out down.
Well, Potty Mouth saving the world sort of, reminds me of Deadpool.
I prefer shows about cowboys, like Yellowstone and
The worst.
1883 or whatever,
The gateway is open. Demogorgons in Russia. What's the deal with this?
The stranger, the better, I say. Charlie.
I'm a big fan of Stranger Things. I've seen some strange things in my day.
That's his best one.
Dr. Octavius. This Stranger Things, the new season is so great. It's the best, man.
Hello, Vecna. How are you? Oh, yes. Well,
Is this guy good or not?
Vecna, they
No.
should have gone for the head.
It's got a lot of views, and Sarah sent it to me. I'm like, I don't know.
I got like 3 out of 20.
Yeah.
He nailed 3. The first 2 were terrible.
Tobey Maguire
The Rock was
really
terrible and Kevin Hart was terrible. The first one was The Rock. And if you're just listening,
Yeah.
it sounded nothing like The Rock.
good. Those were not good.
Yeah,
I think
that was
his one,
pretty
the one,
awful.
the one that I thought was good was hello, Vecna.
By the way, how about a cousin
when he was
Batman-ish?
what's his face?
There was a few that he nailed. I'd say he nailed about 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, those impressions were
not. They
But,
were,
but
they were
from the
dog shit.
start,
dog shit.
yeah, from the start,
Yeah.
The Rock and Kevin Hart were like total fails. So he started with his weakest ones.
Yeah, the John Lithgow one I thought was all right.
No.
Hello, Vecna. No, maybe he stunk.
There was a few, and I'm trying to remember which one they were, but a few were good. Jimmy Fallon was all right.
No.
Not even Fallon. Spot
I
saying
told
"oh"
you,
for.
the best one for me.
I
out
thought
of
there was
all of
3.
those Was when he did Tobey Maguire.
But hold on, I'm so perplexed here.
Yeah.
You're a guy that works in audio. Again, you heard that and thought they were good?
I I did not. I said, do you think this guy's good? Because I'm like, if you don't, because I was torn that if you look at the picture, if you don't see the
Sam
pictures.
Elliott was horrible.
I mean, there was something, like you could tell like he was capturing something, but he wasn't a good impressionist. We see so many good impressions.
You know what it is?
That guy's not one of them. There was something good. There was good about it. It wasn't great.
You watched it, so it's like that thing where you said this on Fox Radio the other day, where it's that Will Ferrell in front of, what is it?
That weird phenomenon. Will Ferrell in front of Chop Suey.
Chop Suey. You see something in front of you, and your head makes you hear it.
That was sort of what I was asking.
So,
that's not what you said.
But even with the images, it did nothing for me.
I'm saying with the images, it makes more
not.
sense.
No, it does not, because it's not good. None of them were
Who
good.
sings Chop Suey? Will Ferrell?
Yes. It's a funny phenomenon. Like you said, John Mulaney.
John Mulaney during
B-52s.
B-52 Love Shack. Love Shack, baby.
When you see an image of somebody, you start to hear their voice in certain songs and certain impressions, because the dude was doing impressions while the image of that person was up. So you hear it and recognize it a little more than you would, which goes to say that if there was no picture of The Rock, no picture of Kevin Hart, no picture of Jimmy Fallon, that would have been just terrible. Because we're sort of forcing ourselves to think of what The Rock sounds like. Will Ferrell. God. Will Ferrell or System?
When you picture Will Ferrell, it seems like Will Ferrell singing spot. Give us the Mulaney B-52s one, because that one to me is like the best one. Because when you see John Mulaney's face and then someone plays Love Shack, you're like, oh my God, it sounds like John Mulaney.
That's another good one.
There's a bunch of them. I wish I remembered all of them now.
But the Chop Suey one is pretty on point, because it does sound like Will Ferrell now that you picture him. But that's cheating, honestly, is what it is. So you can't say I'm a good impressionist when you're looking at pictures of John Lithgow.
Yeah, I know. I guess that's a lesson to be learned.
You're forcing your mind to think of John Lithgow.
Social media, when you're given the opportunity, right, to get the visual aid.
Rock Lobster one.
Oh, Rock Lobster, John Mulaney?
All right. Is it John Mulaney or the guy from B-52s?
It's John Mulaney. John Mulaney, lead singer of the B-52s. Spot, I feel like there's one more, and I know we're not remembering it. This phenomenon of look at a celebrity.
I can picture singing John Mulaney singing Zoot Suit Riot. What do you think?
Zoot Riot?
I don't know. I feel like I could.
but
I can picture somebody singing Zoot Suit
another
Riot.
one. Celebrity.
Oh, got a bottle of beer. Zoot Suit Riot. Riot. And then Riot. Who can I picture singing that?
Oh, man.
That's funny. But those impressions were not good, man. And, and it makes me mad at myself, because I'm like, I could have been somebody. Could have been somebody.
Damn it.
Now I'm in Rich's fucking spare bedroom. So.
What? Oh.
But now I'm here.
Yeah. Like as bedroom.
I'm gonna try to find them tonight. We'll play them tomorrow, the next day or something. But I feel like there's more where it's a song, but if they say, all right, now only picture this celebrity, like, oh my God, it really is fucking wild. And now I'm never going to remember the other ones, but there's not just Mulaney and Will Ferrell
songs.
But I wouldn't even know what to search. That's the thing. Like, I feel like it's one of those you scroll past it and you got to, damn it.
Well.
Oh, well.
Happy heavenly birthday to Chris Cornell. Congratulations to the American League. If you missed our show yesterday on Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, we were in for The Odd Couple. Actually, wherever you stream your podcast, search The Odd Couple. You could hear all 3 hours.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for hanging out with us, man. We appreciate it.
I have one video I want to show you before we go. Actually, yeah, let me give you one now, and I'll give you the other tomorrow.
Perfect.
Did you see the Clayton Kershaw video with the kid?
Yeah.
Thought it was a really cool moment.
It was great.
And
little Bryce. Bryce
yeah,
Griffin?
little Bryce.
Bryce, was that his name?
But I think what I want to remind everyone here is that Clayton Kershaw did the right thing. And while I do think he should get credit, I don't think he should get credit. Like, everyone's like, man, Clayton Kershaw.
I think he could have been more endearing, to be honest.
I'm so glad you said that because my first thought was like,
because they made such a big deal.
Everyone's
about
like,
it.
man, Clayton Kershaw. Like, I mean, this is why we love the guy. What a gentleman. What a guy. Some little kid comes up to him, and I'll let you hear the clip. Spot. I texted it to the group. And
by the way, and remind me after this, he's no Paul Rudd.
No, I feel like
tell you why.
Clayton Kershaw did a really nice thing, but the fact that everyone is now like,
Paul Rudd's still a stud.
What a guy, Clayton Kershaw. Yes, I agree. I don't want to sound like a dick, but if a little kid came up to you and you were a professional athlete,
it's heartbreaking.
And he said this,
that's what it's all about. Yeah.
But yeah, everyone's like, this is what it's all about. Yeah, this is what it's all about. But I think Clayton Kershaw did the right.
That's why heroes matter, though.
He had no other course of action. If anything, I think he could have been even kinder. So when everyone's giving Clayton Kershaw credit, yes, cool moment. But let's also remember what type of asshole he would be if he didn't do this at the minimum. Right?
Little kid tells a story.
Spot,
about
have you seen this?
His grandpa.
All right, so Spot, perfect. You be the judge. Clayton Kershaw. He's at the podium.
What's up,
dude? Clayton is a kid.
This one I come up here.
Comes up to the podium.
This one was kind of special. So, I'm Blake Rice. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and I want to tell you.
Hard to hear. He's like, my name is Bryce.
So, my grandpa loved he watched the 1988 series.
Just Spot, because I know people can't hear.
So
He's like, my grandfather died. He loved you, and on his bucket list was to meet you. But he died of brain cancer, and I'm meeting you for him.
And he starts to cry.
And the kid starts to cry.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
Starts crying right there, and Clayton Kershaw's like, come here, buddy, and gives him a hug. And I'm like, it is a great moment.
Thanks for telling me. That took a lot of courage to tell me that. So I appreciate it. Great to meet you. Granddad sounded like an awesome guy.
Really cool moment. Your grandpa sounded like an awesome guy. It took a lot of courage.
Wow, a lot of emotion there.
Took a picture with the kid and moved along, which was really nice. But everyone's like making it seem like
everybody embellishes. Like, and then he said, "Get this." Then Kershaw said, "Hey, is there anybody with this kid? Where are the parents at? Can we get a picture?" No, there it is. He's like, "Oh, my dad's right there." So they finally get a picture.
Yeah,
right?
it was a beautiful moment. But when people give him credit, I wonder like.
Was
there an alternative? Was he supposed to be like, "Oh, kid, this great story. All right, good night, everyone."
You know what threw me off a little bit? And I feel what Rich is saying when he's
grandpa.
like,
Later.
"Hey, kid, it took a lot of." It's like Brett Favre acting in Something About Mary.
It really is.
Right?
It's
Like,
so bad.
Hey, Mary.
Hey, kid.
Hey, kid. That took a lot of courage.
Really
I would have been like,
special
"Come here,
moment."
buddy. Bring it in." You know, there was nothing like It was a
Nothing
little
endearing.
disingenuous.
He could have even been like, "Yo,
That's
kid,
all.
come up here and sit at the podium with me." Like, I don't know. Like, it's Clayton Kershaw's getting credit
Hey, kid.
for doing
That
like
took
the
a lot of
minimum
courage.
of what a celebrity or an athlete should do in a scenario when a little boy's crying.
Athletes are stiff, but I'll tell you what. On
It's
a
a nice
positive,
moment. I
they
don't
did the
wanna-
right thing. It was a beautiful moment.
You know, I love
These
my
are kids'
grandpa bringing it
heroes.
in.
We all
Something
can
like that.
relate. But Kershaw showed a lot of personality yesterday at the All-Star game. Looked like he was having a great
You
time.
must have saved it for that.
No, I'm saying, I don't want to be hating on the guy. He did the right thing.
No, I don't.
And I was actually taken by the fun he was having at the game yesterday. But I'm with Rich. There's something about it where I felt the same. Where I would have gave that kid a bigger hug.
I do feel as though
Hey, Mary.
when I look at it, I'm like, yo, he did the right thing.
Like I feel like
Which was the minimum of what he should have done. Like I agree with Andrew Hart. It's a great moment for the kid, but it's not like Kershaw made it happen. It kind of fell in this great moment fell in Kershaw's lap to be like, "Hey Kershaw, you want to look like a great guy?"
Like I gotta tell you, if I met Kevin Costner, I was like, I want to tell you something. My mother adored you.
Yeah.
And
Imagine.
she loves it. She loved her movie. She never got to meet you, but I'm meeting you for her. I would expect like a hug from him.
And you're a 40-year-old
And
man.
I'm a 42-year-old man. I'd be like,
Bring it in, man.
I want to ride horses with you.
Let it out. Let it out.
Be like, can I ride a horse with you on the set of Yellowstone?
Yeah.
I just think it was a beautiful moment.
It wasn't as warm as we would have liked it, right?
Yeah.
I liked the Aaron Judge story
Thanks,
recently. I
kid.
thought that was great.
I'm sorry about your grandpa.
Thanks. Hey, Mayor. What does Brett Favre say?
I think he was taken by surprise. Clayton was probably taken by surprise, but there was a part of me that's like, if you're a dad, is Clayton a dad? I think he might be. Look up if Clayton. I'll look it up.
There's no warmth.
Yeah, but
No,
maybe
but I'm saying, like-
there's also like you don't want to. I don't know. But I liked it. It
was a really cool moment.
I liked it,
I
but they
don't-
made it such a big deal. Rich is right. I went out of my way to look that up on my own,
He has kids.
and I was like, yeah, it was nice.
He has 4 kids.
The kid is
I
heartbreaking.
don't know how to describe it. Remember I told
Kershaw
you,
is just
remember I told you when Emmy played soccer in Texas, and I was amazed how the coach of the team just had no ability to talk to kids. Meanwhile, he was the coach.
Maximilian, it's the claw.
Yeah, I just feel like, some people have a little more. Like, then
I mean,
again,
I know-
he's in the zone for the All-Star game, but still, like,
there's
I don't
a lot
know.
of people in that room, and he's in like press mode, and he knows there's cameras.
Yeah,
and
I
like
mean,
maybe he
trust
didn't want
me.
to embarrass the kid in public.
He did.
Mary.
He did the right thing.
But like,
He did the right thing, but I just feel like people that are like, man, that's why I love Kershaw. It's like, well,
Like,
did
he
you
could've
expect him
been
to
like-
diss the kid and his dead
you
grandpa?
can, like, bring it in, kid. Give him a hug.
He
Like,
was
you know
nice.
what? You know what? Hey, where's your parents? Hey guys, let's go back here. I'm going to sign a ball for you. You know, whatever.
I don't
It
know.
just seemed like it lacked personality.
It's
but
robotic.
We've said this.
I don't know. Now I
We've
feel like a
said
hater
this.
because he did the nice thing, but I feel like
it's a nice story. He
We've
did the
said
right
this for
thing. It
years.
could have been warmer. That's all.
Yeah, maybe he's not emotional. Everyone's different in emotions. That's what Adam
There's
said.
something about baseball players.
So it's stiff.
And I know it's changing.
Stifferoos.
But like the best athletes have the least personality.
Well, Jesus said some people do get awkward during emotional stuff, and maybe Kershaw's just not like tapped into that in that moment.
That's
you know,
like Jeter for years. So fucking like had zero personality.
I'll tell. All right, now not to stroke his dick because I
Now
love
he's
him so
finally
much.
opening him up.
To wrap this up, not to stroke his.
Oh, the Hulkster.
No, Paul Rudd.
Oh no,
No,
the
but
whole-
that's the best
Hold on.
moment
Did you
ever.
see what Paul
No,
Rudd
let
did
me
recently?
tell you something, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother.
No, let me tell you, brother.
That shit is great.
Yeah.
I've seen that clip 100 times. People send it to me still,
Yeah.
till this day, and every time it makes me smile because that's why the Hulkster's the Hulkster. It really
Yeah.
is.
Spot, you
you
know
can
that
say
one,
what
right?
you want about him. When that little kid fucking steps up to the Hulkster, he brings it. That shit is awesome. Every time I love that clip. And that
Paul
little
Rudd.
kid is awesome too.
Who we just spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
Who's
Paul Rudd.
More mammoth than Mark Ruffalo. By
Oh, I saw this story. This is great.
This is sweet. There was a kid in Colorado that I think no one would sign his yearbook.
Oh, I remember this. I saw this. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
He was being bullied.
yeah. And so he wrote a note to himself that was like, hey, hope you find yourself some more friends or help you make more friends. How sad is that? And his mother did it and decided to capitalize on her son's strife. And like posted something online, caught the attention of Paul Rudd. And then Paul, I guess, I don't know, called him or sent him a message, wrote him a note. Oh no, wait. And then sent him a Ant-Man helmet signed. And like then all the kids like at school caught wind of this and then wanted to be all the upperclassmen or the older kids.
Oh, so
wanted
now
to
he's
sign
cool
his
because he's
yearbook.
pals with Paul
Now
Rudd.
he's cool because he's pal with Paul Rudd. But like
It's Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd
Yeah.
decided to be awesome and make
But
this
that's
kid
why,
feel good.
like I said, it's important. This is why I hate conversations that we have sometimes, because I'll say, yeah, I don't like what Cardi B's rapping about. Why? Whoa. Because kids look up to that. That's why.
Yeah, true.
And this is a perfect example as to how much kids look up to their heroes.
We can very well wrap this up right now with 2 quick clips and then say arrivederci. Spot, Hulkster with the kid at Hulk's shop.
That's the best. But again, the kid makes it, but the Hulkster
plays along,
right?
right?
Clayton Kershaw could have been more warm. But again, awkward people scenario. It was still a nice clip. Oh, this is great. Little kid walks in dressed as the Hulkster to meet the Hulkster. And he does this Hulkster spiel.
His little kid.
Yes, this is great.
Road nose, brother.
Let me tell you.
No, let me tell you something, brother. When you walk in this beat shop, I'm surprised that you still got the shirt on, Jack.
Let me tell you something, Hulkster. The first time I met you, I was only 3 years old, but now I'm 6 years old. So now we gotta take it to a bigger level, man. Just like when you put that no good stinky giant over your head and send them right through the canvas in front of 93,000 Hulkamaniacs. So what are they gonna do when the power of the Hulkster and the roaster and the dual 24-inch pythons run wild on you?
Whoa!
That's the best. Dude. That's like that kid owned that moment. That was awesome. That's still one of the best. The Hulkster, he made a career in entertainment and in acting.
Yeah.
That's a great point, Mark. I'm with you.
All right.
And
the other
that's
one.
what he does. He's an entertainer, but it was, to me, that's a warmer moment. Like he gave that kid I think the response that was warranted.
The other one?
The other one, it fell just a tiny bit flat, but was still awesome.
Oh, the other one I'm talking about that was like, oh, that's emotion. Spot, there was a kid that asked Tom Brady who his hero was.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's a great one.
So look
Tom
up
Brady
kid,
gets all emotional.
Tom Brady starts crying.
That's
like,
fucking
my dad.
But that's real.
That's real.
Genuine,
You
man.
feel it. Yeah.
There was just Kershaw's a little robotic, but again, he's an athlete.
Yeah, I don't want to judge him.
He's my buddy in Costa Rica.
Hey, Tommy, this is Joseph. He's 7, and he's been dying to ask you a question. He's a Panini Kid reporter. It's a good question, too.
What's up, Joseph?
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. Many people say you're their hero, but who's your hero?
Who's my hero?
All right.
It's a great question. Well, I think my dad is my hero because he's someone that I look up to every day. And my dad.
Told you it was a good question. He's got something for you, Tommy. This is your Super Bowl 51 card from Panini.
Right.
My goodness.
Thank you.
Thanks for the answer, bud.
So cool. How'd you get it printed that quick?
It's dusty in here.
I don't know.
Wow.
So cool.
When you're a stud 7-year-old,
Perfect example, though. You see the difference.
Can you turn off that?
Do you
The fan, turn off the
see-
fan.
That cooling fan.
But do you see the difference between Tom
get
Brady
my
in that
eyes
moment
moist.
and Kershaw, who, again, it was a beautiful moment.
guy.
But that you see the
Come here,
difference.
kid.
How
I
could you
think
not?
I think Kershaw did the right thing, but I think I was just amazed that everyone was stunned. Like, that's what he should do. That's the right response.
I felt the same way.
It's like if an old lady falls down, you help her get up. Imagine helping her get up and everyone's like, man, you helped her get up. Whoa. It's like, well, he's not supposed to do that. Kid tells you about his dead grandpa. You're supposed to hug him. Like, come on.
How could, and by the way,
Yeah.
how could Donnie Pompadour not love Tom Brady after that? The little kid was on his dad's shoulders.
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Who's your hero?
Many people say you're their hero. Who's your hero? Mine.
I gotta
My
tell you,
dad.
he is, but-
My father. Use your awesome for good. The end.
But again, Kershaw did the right thing. It was great. Just
Ta-da.
could have been a little more Tom Brady.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then.
you something.
Let me tell you something, brother.
That kid.
Let me tell you.
I love that.
All right. Yeah, Donnie Pompadour probably thinks it's a setup and fake.
Oh, that shit was dope. Oh, can I give a few shout outs?
Yeah,
real
a
quick?
couple shout outs.
Shout out to
Hurry
Kyle
up.
Miller.
Hurry up.
Kyle Miller. Kyle Miller, what's up? And Happy Brian in Connecticut. You know Happy Brian in Connecticut. Very happy. Happy Brian.
I love Happy Brian.
Thank you. And again,
Brian.
foxsportsradio.com. Catch our show covering for The Odd Couple yesterday. Going over Derek Jeter, Juan Soto, All-Star Game, Home Run Derby. And we talked about who's more of a girly man, me or Rich, when it comes to our dinner orders.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Fox Sports.
We were trying to
Radio.com.
decide yesterday on Fox, and there was a clear answer you could. Well, not a clear. There was a sort of torn. What was worse, the fact that I ordered an orange creamsicle at dinner, or the fact that Covino ordered chicken teriyaki?
At a steakhouse.
The big debate. The big debate. All right. Well, hey, have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.